got one thing up that I need. Okay, got him. No, that is not what I told you to open. Oddly, I clicked on one file and it opened two different ones. Wow, honest to God. No, it opened four of them, including the one I wanted. Interesting. Okay, I'll take it.
That's bizarre.
It is, but hey, God dang it, it's just the way life goes sometimes. We're still session 7.
Yep.
I believe. That's accurate.
Did I actually put session 7 on there? Okay.
Are we streaming?
Yep.
Like we're live? Like my voice is propelling out into the universe?
Yes.
Okay, well then I would like to welcome anybody who's out there that's going to be watching. This is session 7 of Night of the Sun, which is a module available on RPG.net for anybody interested in taking a look at it. And session 7, yes. We're off to a bumpy start, but we're starting.
Hey, at least it's a start this time.
Okay, yeah, and before we get going too far today, I'll go a quick refresher. You guys have made your way out of the village and up the creek toward Bone Dust Hill, and where we left off, we skipped last week. So where we left off the week before that was you had just arrived at the very base of Bone Dust Hill, and you can see a bunch. You're looking up the creek toward the bottom of the hill there, out of the tunnel of thorns. And you see that there are a bunch of skeletons standing in the creek and on the side of the creek there. And I'll bring us to that map. Just want to remind everybody that some of these battles might get a little hairy from here on in. So don't be mad if it all crashes, if everybody dies. we'll start over and take it from a different angle, something like that. Or maybe we'll just come back to this save point here and go again. We'll discuss how we would like to officially handle the problem. In the meantime, though, I think I can move you guys to the map and we can get officially started.
All right. Let's see.
Now, so in this map, you're going to want to be down on the bottom left corner. Are you able to see anything, or is it just a black screen for you guys?
Just a black screen.
Okay. Then I'll get that fixed, I think.
That's okay. I was getting Michael centered on screen there anyways.
How do I get the remove darkness tool here?
It should be like right around where the ruler is. I forget, like an
Well,
eyeball.
first you got to cast a magic missile.
To remove the darkness, yeah.
Or am I on the right level? Jesus. I'm not getting the remove darkness option here. It's a bit weird. Why doesn't it have that? I'm literally not seeing it in any of my options on that menu.
Are you able to see the map at all, or is it just black for you as well?
I can see the map. I can see it perfectly well, but what I cannot seem to find is the remove darkness tool. It's probably something like I'm on the wrong layer.
Are you logged in as a player?
See if that. Oh, well, that's a good question. Am I? No, because I think my screen would be black as well. Jesus, sorry guys, I can't. I'm trying. I'm just not able to find this. Man, what are you doing to me, buddy? I'd like to be able to see this. I may just have. I wonder if I can even just remove all the darkness. God. It is doing nothing for me.
Let me try adding my character token, because you had it set up where it would kind of reveal as we moved.
Oh, yeah. If you have your
but it's not doing anything.
Nope. I can see where my character token is under a completely blank map. Do you need to like reveal a little section of it or something?
Yeah, well, it should be explorable darkness. Have you? I'm going to mess with your character token here for just a second.
Sure.
Yeah, so when you load a new token, if you don't give it vision and night vision, it won't really cooperate. See if this helps at all.
Aha!
Is that better?
I can see.
Okay, good. We got at least somebody can see. So when you come in to the map, you're going to have to hit the that little settings tool next to your token, or when you put your token on the map, and then go in there to well, I may have to go into dynamic lighting for you and make
Yeah,
sure
we
that
can't do that ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get it. In the meantime, let me add these
Bad guys.
skeletons. Yeah.
Also, just want to apologize if I look worse for wear. Bathroom was occupied for nearly 2 hours before session, so I couldn't get a shower in after work. So if I look a little dirty.
Is that how you got your black eye fighting over the bathroom?
No, not quite. Nothing quite so exciting.
Good.
That's a lot of fucking skeletons, dude.
Yeah. There are. And now, so I'm going to put you guys down here on the bottom. Technically, they haven't really noticed you yet. Okay. So even though I'm setting you down on the bottom edge of the map here, you're not quite far up the creek. Let's go ahead and say that you're probably another 15 feet down from there. Are there any other character? I need the other character tokens on here as well.
Mine's on the map, bottom left corner.
I don't see it at all.
Neither do I.
Might be under here.
Oh, like way down there. I see. I got you.
There's Dask.
I see. There's. We're gonna need Niles as well, aren't we?
Yes.
We can dig him out of the pile here somewhere. Got him.
Can you guys see the map
so
yet?
okay, so each and every one of you are gonna have to be set then for this. I'll do it quick.
No problem.
Vision on. You see, you don't have light vision, but I'm going to make you emit light. All right. Dask, I'm assuming you can see.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Does somebody has a lantern, right? Is that correct? I
Niles.
think you guys making Niles carry it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. I can see.
Yep.
Kind of. Oh, yeah, that's because of the lantern. Okay.
Try to fit all this on screen here.
Okay, that should have possibly brightened it up a bit for some of you. Okay, so Niles has the lantern. And like I said, you're not as close as our map would have us believe here. You're actually about 15 feet further down the creek, all of you. And these skeletons that you see sort of gathered up here ahead of you, they're not, they haven't noticed you yet, so they're not really paying attention to you directly. Most of them are just standing and staring in different directions and grinning, of course, as they do. Also, some of these skeletons are a bit harder than the numbers above their heads would lead you to believe. Some are orcs, Some are maybe look like they were human skeletons, and a few look like they're dwarven skeletons. I don't have a differentiation for
I was
them.
gonna say we don't see any numbers that
Yeah.
you're talking about, so
Oh, okay. I guess only I see those. Okay. Good
Yep.
enough. That's even better. All right then, folk. Given that this is the situation now, one of the things that you can see is remember you're down in the tunnel over the creek in the darkness there. The water's dripping through the vines, the thorn vines that have grown up over the creek, and you can see out the end of this tunnel as if you were standing back in a tunnel. It is more light ahead of you because it's probably late afternoon, gray, kind of dark out because of the clouds and the rain. But you can tell just by the change in the air that the vines aren't covering up most of, say, this area up in here.
okay.
That seems to be open to the air. Like the thorn wall is all stacked up there 40 foot on either side of that space. Effectively, it's just a channel in the walls, but you can see more light coming down.
So kind of like a hedge
Okay.
maze.
Yeah, like a really big one. Yes,
Okay.
that's what it would be like. In the meantime, though, this situation is a bit, it's a bit intimidating. Matter of fact, Niles has already kind of crept backwards, like, we can't do that. We can't. How would we get through there? So, what is your plan, gentlemen?
Oh
I
boy.
gotta.
Go for it.
No, I was just
I might be
gotta
able
look
to.
at the others.
I might be able to draw their attention, kind of, so they're looking away from us, because I can use the thaumaturgy to create a sound off on the other side of them from us.
Could do that. Yeah, because we definitely don't want to fight that many. Actually, that what was it? The Yak's horn, I believe we got off the were at. Was that
Yeah.
like something you'd blow out of? Like,
Yep.
or was it
Yep.
okay?
Yep, absolutely.
I'm wondering. There was multiple creatures of some sort that had ambushed us, but we only ever saw and caught the were-rats. I'm wondering if maybe the horn can be used to control the skeletons in some way.
An interesting possibility. Do you want to blow it and find out?
I'm in character. I'm relaying this to the other guys. Like, sorry, I was thinking out loud, out of person
Mhm.
when I should, or out of
I'm
character
sorry.
when I should have been in character. Yeah. So pull it out of my satchel and just. You guys think it would work?
I
Wander on the were-rat, and we know there's more than just the one. Think it could control him?
don't know. Just don't point it at us.
Don't point it at you. Okay. Hmm. What's the range on thaumaturgy again?
Let's see, 30 feet.
Oh, shoot. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say if it was far enough, we could create a sound, say like, oh, that's not the right tool. Like up here, or something, kind of make them all look away from us or towards the thorns at least. But
Yeah, even if I got up here, like even if I got like right here, I mean, I could create a sound like basically over here. At least draw them all over into that direction. I don't know.
Yeah. So 10 feet away from them, 15 feet away from them, be a little, I mean,
Yeah, it would
you
be
could
pushing
do
it.
It would be pushing it. I mean, you could try to stealth it, see if you could accomplish it. Somebody could lay in the water and kind of crawl up maybe alongside over here. Oh, I don't have the right thing.
Dwarf stealth.
Which way is the place we're trying to go?
oh,
Battlefield.
since there's an actual opening here, I'm assuming
So
it's probably down this way.
So this hill that you're at, sort of the base of a large hill, which is often, say, often that direction if you were looking at it. The battlefield took place on this hill. Now there's thorns are grown up all over the place, but apparently there are channels through the thorns. And so where you're trying to get would be sort of in, that direction-ish. That direction, maybe. Like that. But you
Some
just
dry land would be nice.
yeah, and your feet are cold and sore and definitely wanting dry land. You have been taking breaks though and giving your feet, some time to recover. So they're feeling better. It's not like you're going to suffer from that. You're doing okay with that.
And what is this landmass here?
It's just a little bump of, like a, how would you describe it? It's just
Like a
rocks
sandbar?
and gravel. Yeah, like a sandbar kind of sticking up out of the water a little ways with some big rocks on it.
Would it help obscure someone from view?
It's like, yeah, it would if they were laying in the water. It sure would. If you were to stand up, it wouldn't much at all. It's probably lower than the level of your knees if you were standing in the water next to it, I would say. But if you're laying down in the water, it wouldn't be that much.
Yeah,
I mean, it would cover
we
you.
could have core try and sneak up to like around here, and then maybe thaumaturgy like up here and draw the skeleton's attention towards that way, and then cut across over to the land and try and get up the path here.
That's not a bad idea. I mean, even if you still had to face all of these skeletons, it would be in a slightly more confined area where
We'd
their
have the high
approach
ground.
and their approach would be restricted a bit.
Bottleneck.
Not enough high ground to get a benefit, but definitely you would have the high ground.
All right. Well, barring anything else, I think I'm going to give it a shot to try and crawl up next to that sandbar a little bit.
I kind of just let him know, if this fails, I'll try and use the hole and see what it does. If they already notice we're there, I might as well try.
Okay. So you get down into the frightfully cold water of this creek, which you're not happy about at all, about the time it starts soaking into your armor around your chest and your beard.
Not the beard.
And you begin to crawl along through the water toward that sandbar. Now, go ahead and make a stealth check, but I want you can have advantage. It's early morning. You're coming out of a dark tunnel. It's very shadowy and dark around this area. So you can have advantage. Yeah, exactly. You got some cover. You got some advantages. You're in the water. So take advantage.
Stealth.
Noise.
That's one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You had advantage. You can do 2.
All right. Yeah, otherwise that's a belly flop. Oh,
And then
come
Dwarf is so
on!
concerned about his beard.
Well, we are off to the same sort of start. Okay, so roll me a percentage and see how far you get along before you inadvertently cuss or dunk yourself under the water and come up spluttering. Basically about where your figure is right now on the map is not even there. You would technically still be off the map, but I'm going to go ahead and place you about, I don't know, here maybe? Near those roots, by the way, along the side of the creek and where the vines have kind of grown into the creek there, which is good. You could get in them if you had to.
I think I swallowed a fish.
You kind of cough and splutter after dunking yourself inadvertently. You come out making a little more noise than you should. I'm going to give it would be this guy, and this guy a chance to notice you with a perception check. Okay, where's my... And now I realize I don't have my monster manual with me. Sorry, just 1 second. Display this open. Real wizards at this game can actually just use this roll20 to look up their monsters for them. I think it's incredible. I live in awe. But I have to get my completely falling apart monsters manual. All right. What's up with these 5e books just disintegrating? It's infuriating.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to roll these and I'm going to take them from left to right. Will be the same order of the guys. That makes sense?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, except for 2 of them are perfectly aligned. I call that 15 the middle. So what this tells me is that this guy over here does not see you. This guy does not see you, but this guy notices something. He turns around. Now, the biggest one of these skeletons is the one over here. It's an orc. But this one turns and sort of begins to slump along through the water in this direction. The rest of them, it's not that they don't know, they notice him doing that. So many of these skeletal heads turn to watch him as he just sort of, very happily, I should add, he's grinning the whole time, marches down up onto the sandbar. What are you doing while this goes on?
I'm going to try to flatten myself, like even if I have to go underwater and kind of float backwards with the current.
Okay.
Not sure how well a dwarf in Arctic flows, but
Yeah, boy, that's a tricky one. Okay, disadvantage in this case. Take your stealth check again, this time with disadvantage, and we'll see how you.
All right, let me change that feature here. So disadvantage.
double nat 20s.
Yeah, double nat 20s would be all right.
Doesn't matter
Or
any
not.
which way.
Okay, you try this. Some of your armor scrapes on a rock. You kind of bump a little bit. One of your hands slips. It splashes ever so slightly. The skeleton's eyes turn directly towards you. Opens his mouth and says nothing, but raises his sword and begins to very jauntily rush toward you. This is setting off a cascade of the other ones. They all begin to shift in this direction. I'm going to give them 5 feet of movement before we roll initiative, and then you can determine what it is that you want to do.
All right, I need to look something up on the cleric here. How many times I can use the Divine Favor?
Should be 2 currently, I believe.
That's what I thought. So that would be very beneficial right now.
So,
as
so
we
the
notice them approaching,
plan
I'm gonna-
goes. Yeah.
Oh,
What?
go ahead.
No, I was just going to
scared.
say the plan has gone wrong. So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna call out to the others and just, well, use the horn.
Niles has already started to go back. We should just run. We should run. He's saying. What are you going to do?
Okay, so I can do this one more time today, the turn undead, but I kind of want to catch as many of them as possible. So, yeah, I'm gonna kind of back up towards my buddies and wait for a second, because if I can get them groomed up, I can use turn undead on them one last time today.
You're giving up on the stealth. I assume you just get up and move back there, right?
Yeah, I mean they're coming.
Remember, you have a 15-foot buffer between where you're shown on this map and where you actually are. You're all further down than that. So let's roll initiative and see what comes of it. I'm gonna roll for Niles.
Sorry, guys.
Before we do initiative, could I try blowing the horn, or?
Yeah, you could. You could.
Okay. Yeah, I can't move. Oh, that's why I can't move my token. I just kind of look at the others and just, worth a shot. They already know we're here. And I'm gonna take the horn out and,
Play a tune.
when I use it, see what happens.
Can you describe to me how it is that Oliver is going to fire off the horn? How? I want to know the specific description of you doing it.
Not sure how well I can describe, blowing a horn. I don't know, just your typical,
Okay, you're facing the end of the tunnel where the tunnel in the vines, where the skeletons are beginning to move toward the crick. You're standing there facing them. You have the horn. Do you play it saxophone style down to your side? Do you raise it up into the air so that you're, blowing a loud blast up above you? How are we doing this?
I see. Okay, so we're probably more back here currently. So I'm gonna kind of point it towards the middle of the group here, and a little raised, but still at them.
Okay. And
Kind
blow?
of in their direction. Yeah.
Well, you blow, and air goes through it easily, and it just sounds like air going through a horn, with no sound whatsoever. However, almost instantly, frost forms around the end of that thing, and the winds exhaling from the wide end of the horn just burst out in an enormous gale of drastically blasting strong cold wind. Snow forms in the air, ice begins to lance out across the creek and crack instantly as the water's flowing under it, and this incredible just harangue of blasting cold air blows out 120 feet from you.
All right, so we're still back a little ways here. So yeah, that's more than sufficient, I would say.
Way back here. It's 5 squares wide, so yay wide. It widens to a cone that wide.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's great.
Wow.
Yeah, immediately afterwards, I just kind of looked at it.
So it's going to hit quite a few. Now, as long as you're blowing through the horn, that will continue. However, it takes some endurance to do that. So,
I see.
Are you just going to give it a blast, or are you going to continue to blast through the horn?
Once I notice what it's doing, I'm gonna keep going for as long as I can.
Okay. Let me see if I can get the pencil tool here and just free in some
conage.
idea of what some conage. I'm gonna freehand in some conage, so yay much area, sort of like so. Okay, so you grab the horn and go, whoop, this blast of wind goes out. It just completely covers these vines that are all around the area in frost and snow and bends them over, sends them whipping up above. It's just a crashing impact of this wind on those vines as it rips through the thorns. Uh-oh. That was not. Core, you rolled a 1 for initiative?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 2. 2 points.
I'm distracted by blowing the horn.
Yeah, you are a little bit. Before we move on to them, though, let's just clear up the horn so I know what it's doing. So they take D4 cold damage this round. The user can. Let me see if they can stand or all that. Okay, if you want to continue to blow this next round, it'll require a Constitution check DC 14 to continue to blow through it, but you can. And you can turn it 45 degrees per round without destroying its effect.
Gotcha.
So roll me a D4 so I can apply it to them.
Sure. D4 plus anything, or is it just straight D4?
It's a straight D4.
Okay.
It is only wind.
I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna roll.
Frightfully cold. Oh my god, the dice hate you guys tonight. No. Although this is a brilliant move to get out of this situation.
Oh, here's hoping I can make that con save or con check. Whatever.
Right?
Okay, so 1 point of damage. Well, 1 point this round. And it seems to me you've hit all of them except for 3. 3 of them have avoided it. So in a way,
Probably
that's more than one
those
damage.
2, and then this one maybe, or
Yeah, so that one closest is kind of he's escaped it. This guy has escaped it. This guy has not escaped it. Sorry, this guy here has escaped it, and this guy here has also escaped it.
okay.
Everybody else has taken damage. So skeletons become covered in frost almost instantly. The ones that are in the direct path of the gale are struggling to stand in it, but they're leaning forward and beginning to walk, just plod straight forward into it. It's not threatening to knock them down, and it's not stopping them entirely. So, but it definitely is affecting them. You can see the ice forming on them as they come forward. The effect is a hell of a thing. Niles gasps when this goes off, and it's continuing to go off. But it looks like it's going to be Dask's turn. Oh, I better roll initiative. Sorry. We'll find out. Huh? Here's 4 Niles. 2.
Come on, give the skeletons in that one. Let's do it.
Here's the skeletons. Ooh, 19. Plus 2. That's a 20. Sorry, I'm laughing. 21. And I don't mean to be laughing. It's just I laugh at bad situations, I guess. So it's not technically Dask's turn.
He rolled a natural 20.
But I rolled a nat
I was going to
20.
say, he did get a
Oh,
natural.
you did. Okay, I submit. That's true. All right, go ahead, Dask.
Ah.
Yeah.
But what to do? Not like nothing's happened yet. So
Do you have the
This is
ability
your-
to turn undead by any chance?
I have turned the unholy.
That would do.
It has a 30-foot range.
I would charge up a ways and then blast him with that.
Just don't step in the ice cone.
Yeah.
If you move up to where your figure is shown to be. Oh, I'm sorry. I put it as if you were blowing the horn, didn't I? I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, we're also back a ways too, so.
Give you about
It's-
this. If you were to use your movement to come up to the point where you're at on the map here, and then wait until this group of skeletons had closed in more, you could do it then if you'd like.
If I get up to the point where I am, how much movement would that leave me with?
15 feet.
Or maybe if I, when I come up, I cut right and go like round right here, and then use
Sure.
it.
Yeah, you can do that if you'd like. If you go up and do that now, that'll give you everyone that is in this area. So starting from this guy and encompassing pretty much everybody else, right? So only these two would be excluded.
That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, each creature within 30 feet. So.
Yep. It's got, yeah, I'm gonna let it, that includes this guy here. He's
I was
touching.
gonna say, you can also put a aura on your token for 30 feet, and it'll give you like a circle around your character.
He did. That's what I'm looking at. Yeah.
I see. Well,
I was just telling him that this guy here, who's only got about I don't know, third of his circle inside of that circle is covered. So, all right.
I'll use turn the unholy, my past feature.
Okay, and then do I have to? Does that require them to make a saving throw
And
or
the wisdom save.
wisdom save? Well, they get a -1 to their wisdom rolls. I'm going to make them a collective save. It'll make it a little easier for us. We'll just go quick. And I think that will do it. That's a 15. Does that pass your spell?
Well, how are we doing the saves? With
Be
the
your.
proficiency?
I think it's your.
spell save is modify or 8 plus your modifier plus your proficiency.
The proficiency is a D4.
So you just
You can roll
a
it then
Or I just roll a D4.
if you'd like, or it can just be a standard +2. It's up to you.
What's your ability score for that?
I think even if I roll max, it wouldn't be enough.
What was your ability score?
Yeah, so 3.
Yeah, so I'd only be adding 5, so a 12 save DC. Yeah.
So they passed. You get up there, you raise your holy symbol, in the name of the Lord of Lights, you shall not pass, or whatever it is you say. And they grin at you just so broadly. They're so happy, these guys. And
But does it have to be a collective save?
it does not have to be a collective save. It doesn't have to be. No, you want me to roll them individually? Okay, so the guy I'm going to call that first one as the guy nearest you. I'll go ahead and roll these. So now it would be for this guy here. Passes.
Jesus.
Jesus.
This guy here
Oh, found out where all of the high rolls are going.
Yeah, apparently I have him, not him. Okay, so he is affected. Now I got to keep track of this somehow.
Turn
Make a little more.
turn his token upside down, like turn it so the arrow's pointing down.
Ah, smarty pants on you. Look at that. Okay, good. Then let's go with this
Now
guy.
he's turned.
He's actually not. He's one of the not turned ones.
Ah.
He's turned. Or no, he is one of the turned ones. Sorry. I'm confusing myself with these. This one, he is turned.
More the merrier.
Right?
And this one, he is turned. Okay, well, that's going to help. So that cuts out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. They'll be going the opposite direction. It's their turn now, so I can just go ahead and accomplish that. Those skeletons turn and hightail it elsewhere.
Yeah, I think, what is it? They're turned for 1 minute and must use their, wait, where was it? Yeah, just turned for 1 minute. Yeah, turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. It must spend its turns moving as far away from us as it can and can't willingly move within 30 feet of us. Well,
You just
okay, I should say.
You gleefully say. Uh-huh.
I was just
Well.
trying to read it out.
There. I can't really get him in there.
Yes, stay in this stream of icy wind.
Oh yeah, they are actually, aren't they?
Yep.
Come on, big whammies, no money.
Need just like a laser shot straight down that line. Just...
Did I pick up some that were upside down here? Yes, no.
Looks like you got one.
Looks like one.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay, I gotta zoom in on my map to be able to tell. Yes, I did. Sorry.
Those two are, yeah.
Move him back up there. Those guys are moving where it's this guy I'm trying to find.
I kind of like how the tokens become more opaque as they close in on the light source. It's kind of cool. Because I noticed like some of them were very translucent and almost disappeared. And
Really?
then dragged them closer and they became more solid and everything.
That's cool. Okay, so there's 3 attacks on you, Dask. They are going to try to cut your ability to do that literally into pieces. What's your AC?
19.
Oh, you say gleefully again. Okay.
I mean, that's what will help in this case with the high rolls.
Okay, they have a +4. That's a miss. Next one is a miss, and the last one. Can't read that one.
17.
17.
That's
It's a miss. You block that last one, or you parry that last one. The other 2 you block easily enough with the shield.
You said they had a +4, right?
Yeah, they did. Oh wait, did I roll a 17 or did I total a 17? I rolled a 17. He hit. Good. Sorry, I couldn't see that dice. Okay, it's a D6 +2. Gonna be 7 damage. Guess you didn't parry them. Okay, there's the first clattering clanks of armors and swords meeting resounds at the end of the tunnel there where Dask is. Core, I assume you've stood up out of the water. You're freezing cold now, but your adrenaline is up.
Okay. I don't think it's my turn though, is it?
No, it's not. It's Oliver's.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna move up a bit here, so I'm a little more in line with my stream here. Careful not to get Dask with it.
Okay. And continue to blow.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna move up 1 more square because that should be 20 feet of movement. Oh, no, I'll stick back.
Okay, that's fine.
And then you said con check?
Con check DC 14. It requires a lot of wind to blow through this thing.
Hey.
There you go. You got it. Okay, it continues to rip. Go ahead and roll a d4 for the damage.
Come on. Let's roll a 4. Let's go.
2.
Twice as much as last time. It's a 2.
Yeah, I would take it. There's only 2 of them that are escaping it this time. Let me get all my tallying done, and then we will progress. Okay. So, Oliver, the winds continue to just blast out of the end of that horn. You can feel the horn bucking a little with the winds driving out of it. The ice on the crick is continuing to crack and spread up and away from you along, under the line of that blast of wind. It's hard on them. It's whipping their, tattered cloaks and the remains of their armor all around them. They aren't blown over, but they're being, buffeted and blasted by it. Ice is forming on them and frost over their weapons, over their shoulders, across their skeletons. It's a hell of an effect. Continues to go. Niles. Make Niles a sanity check here and see. Okay, Niles is headed back down the crick in the opposite direction and taking his light with him.
Oh, good.
He just begins to yell and run in that direction.
I'd say something, but I'm currently busy.
Oh, sorry. Niles was supposed to go after Core. Core, what are you going to do? You see Niles running.
Okay, I'm going to tell Niles to get his ass back here, and I'm going to move up to here.
Okay. You want to make an intimidation check on Niles?
I will certainly give it a shot.
Hey.
Yep, that'll do.
Niles, get your ass back here.
He stops, but he's shaking. You can see his eyes are wide, looking at you in a panic. And then you trudge up the crick, slopping through the water toward the sandbar.
Okay.
What are you going to do up there?
I am going to cast Turn Undead as well. Try and see if I can make them flee away from him so he gets attacks of opportunity, basically.
Only one.
But, yeah, Turn Undead.
Okay.
DC for that is going to be 8 plus 9. And I'll go ahead and roll the D4. 11.
An 11? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Seems a little low, but okay, I'll take your word for it.
You only
So
have
I'll go
to your spellcast?
I'll go
Because it starts at an 8. I only have 1 for my wisdom modifier, and then the 2 that I just rolled.
Okay. I was just double checking.
that reaches out to here, right? So this guy will also be included. He's already running, but I guess it doesn't matter. Add on to that. So basically just everyone in pretty much everybody. So I'll start at the bottom of the pile and work my way up. I'll shift I'll do, if I can get the right pointer, I'll do this guy and then this guy and then the one over here. Okay. So here we go. Fail. This guy is running. He turns and looks at you. He's still grinning, but he's decided he better get the hell out of here. Next guy. He's also running.
I was teetering on 17 for a second. I was a little concerned.
This guy over here. He's also running. This guy up here. Nope, he's ignoring it. Guy after him. He's ignoring it as well. And the last one. Is that a 14?
Yeah.
Can't see it under the thing. Yeah.
Wait, so why was the one that rolled a 5 ignoring it?
Did one that rolled a 5 ignore it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. I was there was
Oh,
a
I'm
5
so
and
sorry.
11 that you said ignored it.
Yeah.
I must have misread it.
This guy here.
Probably thought it was a 15. Okay, he is also going. Okay, so just the two at the back of that line that aren't affected by it. Okay, roll initiative for the next round.
Dask, do you want to take an attack of opportunity? Oh, they haven't actually technically left yet, have they?
They're
they
about
have
to, yeah. There we go.
That's something.
Yay.
That's pretty good too. I'm gonna do Niles. Scully's 12. They get a +2, so 14. Okay. Get this all in order. Okay, Dask, you go first. Those two, the two, well, all of those ones in front of you are about to run off. Kor stood up, raised his holy symbol, the sun shall melt you, and off they go. What are you going to do?
I will attack the skeleton on my left.
Okay. This guy, I presume you mean.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh. Come on.
You swing at him, but he stumbles at that moment. You kind of miss. Anything else?
Of course. No.
Okay.
Here's a question. Would I be able to stop blowing the horn even if it's not my turn, or would I have to wait till my turn?
Oh, you can. Yeah, you can stop. It's done. If you want it to be done, you can stop. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stop now for Kor's sake in case he wants to do something.
Okay. You hear a crack at the end of the horn. Just at a quick glance, it looks like one of those sapphires set into the end of the horn has cracked in the middle.
Oh.
If you remember when you first got this horn, it had one cracked gemstone in it. Now it's got another one that leaves 4 gemstones on it.
Okay.
Anyway, it is Kor's turn. What are you going to do, Kor?
All right.
The wind has stopped. So.
I'm going to let me check my spell list here real quick, just for my. And my computer disagrees with me. There we go.
Hard to argue with the computer sometimes.
It really is. Yeah, none of my cantrips are going to be worthwhile right now. I'm going to move next to Skelly and attack him.
Okay. He's attempting to flee. If you attack him, since you're also the one that turned him, it will release him from the turning.
Right.
I mean, if you hit him.
Where are you, Warhammer?
That was a lot of dice.
Heck of a lot of dice. And I think you missed. Their AC is a 13. So you whirl the hammer but miss him as he's skirtling up the creek away from you.
That's okay. I'll get another
Is
attack on him
that
in a
it?
second.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to go. Well, yeah, you will, because let's take that right now. Both Dask and Kor can take an attack on this guy because he's about to run. That's a hit, Kor. Or Dask, sorry. And is that the correct
Okay.
damage, Dask? Awesome.
Did it roll damage?
You did not.
Yeah, it says 5. It says
Oh,
mace.
does it?
Yeah, under the
Um,
17 there, it's got a 5. That's the damage total, I believe.
Or that might be what's been plussing, because it's plussing 2 for my strength and 3 for my proficiency die, landing on a 3.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
sure what that
Yeah.
five is.
Okay. What's the damage total? 8. got it.
Yep.
Well, that's better anyway. Okay, you
Make sure they turned off
smash
the
him
auto damage.
pretty hard.
God damn
He
it.
doesn't fall, but you take off the back of his skull. And it looks like you missed with that one, Core.
Yep, just flailing.
Okay.
Take off your disadvantage or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh, do you still have it on disadvantage?
I do.
That might be part of it.
Mother.
I wonder if that was
Well-
actually a 20.
Oh yeah, when just so you guys know, when you've been rolling 2 dice, I just take the first one.
Yeah.
If you don't actually have advantage
Right.
or disadvantage, the one to the left is the one that I'm taking. But okay, so now you're going to get some attacks of opportunity, Dask. Let me see. Did the guy at the very rear of that line? No, he didn't either. Okay, so this guy next, go ahead and roll, Dask, to hit him. Or do you
Well,
only
I
get one
can't
attack?
because
I think you only get one per
Your-
round, right?
your reaction gets consumed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
because
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
your
Okay,
action.
so. Okay.
Hey, Mr. Warlock, do you have like any sort of spell that casts out oil or anything like that?
No.
Damn.
Yeah. Pour the oil in the flowing river.
That's flowing towards us.
So it pours back toward you.
Well, I was going to say once we get on dry land. It was worth a shot.
Now, if I had a jug of alchemy or something, then yes. But no, I do not. No.
Okay. Looks like it's Core's turn.
No.
Um,
We did.
Oh,
my turn.
Dask didn't even take an action. Those were just reactions. Let me see. Gotcha. Niles'
Yeah,
turn.
that was yeah.
Niles is just standing in terror in the center of the crick down there, and that brings us to Oliver.
All right. So these two are not running, correct?
Yeah, they're still coming.
Okay. I'm gonna move just to get line of sight on them here, or at least on one of them. On that first one.
Eldritch blast his ass.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna see if there's something else that would be better, but yeah, I'm gonna try
I
blasting.
tried and true.
Maybe. I clicked on it. Nothing popped up.
They gave us the description.
You showed us
Oh.
the description.
Oh, it's doing that. Okay, so yeah, there was a weird glitch we had in the last session where it was starting to, for whatever reason, it was showing the description rather than the
Attack.
actual attack. So let me. Yeah, it's. Why did that change? That's odd.
Yeah, because it did that to Lisa too.
Yep. So something kind of. Shoot, I forget the damage type. Is it force? It's force, I think. Is it?
I got the description here. I don't know. I wasn't. Yeah, force damage. Die 10, force damage.
Okay. I just
So
wanted to
that
make sure.
you cast Eldritch Blast at him.
Yeah. I just gotta get it set up for the actual damage here.
You shiver as the scintillating purple energy crashes through your being there and blasts out of your paw toward the thing.
I will be right back. One sec, guys.
This should be the attack. There we go. I do believe that hits.
That'll do.
Hopefully for a decent amount here. Better than nothing.
19
Yeah,
force.
for 10
Yeah,
damage.
that'll do. That'll do. Yeah, there's little energy bolts crackling all over his body. And maybe he likes it. He's grinning so widely as he continues to plod forward. And that was Oliver. Okay. Roll initiative. I'm going to roll for Niles. I believe it'll roll.
One day I'll
lost
get
the
a high
ability to-
initiative.
I've lost the ability to roll dice. Don't know if I've frozen up or I'm not seeing your dice, and it's
Oh.
not rolling mine either.
Try reloading the page, just in case. I don't know.
Oh, there. I'm finally seeing your
Oh,
roll.
wow, everything just popped up.
Weird. I'm sorry.
There's,
All those various rolls of mine you can ignore. I was just trying to get the dice to work.
All right, we're rolling initiative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, Niles has a 20.
He's inspired. Or not.
Now that all the skeletons are running away.
Yeah, now that you've pretty much
our
handled the
amazing
situation.
prowess. I'm gonna regret
Speaking
saying
of the skeletons are going on Doth. Well, 4.
Doesn't seem right. Do I have?
That's a nice big spread of what's going on. Niles is doing nothing. He's just waiting back there, and so it is Core's turn.
All right. Oh boy. All right. I am going to cast Sacred Flame. It's a cantrip on this guy here.
Okay, the one that's been wounded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me pull that up real quick. I don't know if I need a roll for it or not.
Brings down a bolt of fire, I think, from the sky.
Not technically. It's a dex save.
Okay. Yep, so casting Sacred Flame on him, I think it does like 1d8 damage.
He saved.
1d8. Oh. Yeah.
Why?
Well, he takes half, doesn't he? He still takes half damage, I'm sure.
Let's see.
For a cantrip, I'd imagine not.
No.
It's nullified damage.
Okay, he dances out of the way of that as it comes down from the sky, strikes the water, boils there a little bit on the ice, and pieces of that ice, it's breaking. The ice is all broken up and beginning to flow past you guys down the creek. That was Niles' turn. Skeletons. Along with the ice come the skeletons. There, one here. Okay, first one has a spear, tries to spear Dask. It does not. Dask easily turns the spear. The other one has a sword and tries to gut the dwarf, which will not work either.
The way that wobbled very much worried me for a second.
Right?
You see it coming a mile off, dwarf. You block it very easily with the hammer, and I'll give you advantage on your next swipe in. On both of you can have advantage on your attacks.
All right.
Oh,
So now, Oliver.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. For some reason, I thought they were attacking, not me. Yes, I can do something here, but I don't really have a good line of sight on either of them. So I'm gonna kind of scoot over to the edge here and blast sideways at this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the usual, I guess. Nothing fancy going on here. Just some crackling energy.
Scintillations, purpleness.
And that
Let me
will
throw these
be
guys up the
8
creek a
damage.
ways. 8 damage on that guy. Okay,
Yeah, on the one here.
gotcha. All right. You send the little sparks flying over him as well. It's again tough to say the effect. He's smiling. And it is Dask's turn at long last.
huzzah. I guess I'll El Smacko.
El Smacko. Lay down the El Smacko. That'll do.
Jesus.
That's
All
an
right.
El Smacko.
Dask the Luchador Paladin.
You kill him, Dask. You disintegrate him, and he falls apart and disappears into the creek.
Nice.
All right, roll. Well,
So,
Dask. Let's just core
move there.
roll initiative. Very well. I'm just trying to finish this off. Basically, core, you can annihilate him, but let's roll initiative. Skeleton. Is that a 13? I'm ignoring Niles this round. He's not really involved.
Another not one on my initiative.
These dice really don't want us swinging first.
Is that your current initiative, core, or have you not rolled it yet?
I just did, and it came up as 17, but it's showing the 14. I guess I didn't click on my character, did I?
Probably not.
Must
That's okay.
not have.
Go for it. You go first anyway. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I am going to try to smash that bastard again.
Okay.
Filthy
I'm
SOB.
plus 13.
All right, make sure I have my advantage turned off this time. Yes.
That's a hit.
For
9 bludgeoning.
Nice.
You take his pelvis out of him, and the rest of him follows to the dirt in the water.
Rough.
It crashes down. Rusty armor bits flying off of the end of your warhammer there as he crashes. So, very shortly, it's over. I gotta just on the side note, you guys handled that very well. I was so worried we would have a TPK right here. So good job. I was honestly worried. You cleared them out, at least for the moment, and you are left standing here without any immediate enemies to cause you much problem.
I'm immediately going on land.
Yep, exactly. We need to set up a quick 1 minute defense, like right here. Like,
Or just try and leave before they come back.
I don't know if we run into something else though. They could come up behind us. I'd rather just take care of them.
Niles comes slopping up out of the creek. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna cast Healing Light, my class ability on Dask. I believe took damage, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna use one of those for now. It's just a D6 healing. D6.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, yeah. I was just making sure there's no other modifiers to it. So D6 healing. Come on.
Well, it stops bleeding. So, yeah, it
I just
sort of helps. Some of the
The
bruise,
only thing I can do
some of
is
the bruising
blast.
and beep, 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 beep. Sort of a sad little response there from your spell. For all the dramatic hand waving, the magic doesn't quite come up to par. Nonetheless, it is better than no healing at all, I suppose. So, did I not take this guy off here? Get out of there, buddy. Okay.
As we all gather up on land, I'm gonna look at the others and. Well, do we try and fight off the rest? Do we continue on our way? What do you want to do?
Well, I mean, they're
Well, we
gonna
got
be
as
coming to
close
us.
as we could. We got as close as we could, Niall says. We did try. It was a good effort.
Thanks for the advice, Niles. Right there, aren't you? I say
He's with you.
I say we kind of, like I said, build up something defensive here and hold our ground. That way we have a spot for us to kind of chill and relax if we need to.
Actually, yeah. About what time is it currently?
I've done some thinking about that. You guys left in the morning, if I recall, right? So it was, I'm going to guess, probably 7 a.m. or earlier, approximately, in the morning when you left. The journey up the creek took about 6.5 hours, something like that. So
Okay, so about
it's about
3, 4
1,
PM.
maybe 2 in the afternoon.
Okay.
You looking up into the rain, you see the gray clouds, swirling and swelling up there above the, in the break of the thorn vines. The thorn vines extend passages, obviously. They have allowed passages around at least the base of the hill, as far as you can tell. the skies are a dark gray because of those storms. It's darker than it should be for this time of day, but it is, yeah, it's only around 1, 2 in the afternoon, something like that.
Gotcha.
You're happy to be standing at least on dirt instead of rocks for the time being. There are rocks around here, obviously around the creek, but it's not as bad, not nearly as bad as being in the creek, and you're not slipping every third step or anything like that. So
Yeah.
you take a moment, guys, to catch your breath and try to decide what you want to do. You have a plan to try to fortify something here, or to just hang out here?
I was trying to think. I'm looking through all my items, and I don't really have anything in the way of fortifying. I mean, we could string up a trip line. Yeah, fuck it.
I mean, are skeletons really smart enough to follow us?
Well, I imagine they're going to come back and attack.
Not if we keep moving. They might come back to the area, but we won't be here.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Well,
I don't know how skeletons in this world work.
Okay. Well, both you and Das think the same thing, so I'm going to go with you.
You know that they're very smiley.
Oddly, yes. I'm gonna use my prestidigitation here to dry us all off and perhaps warm us up a little bit.
Yeah, if you do, that does help.
Yeah,
Because
I can
it
actually
does get rid of the soak.
Well, I mean, I can actually. Wait, is it warming? What is it? Oh, never mind. That's food. I can only warm up food.
Yeah, but you can clean and dry clothing. That's absolutely within the purview of this spell. So if you do that, that will help a considerable amount.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that a few times over our clothing and stuff. Try and dry us off a bit.
Okay. You spend a few moments walking around, summoning up the little sparks of magic you need to accomplish that. Pretty soon everyone is much drier. That does improve moods. Niles, for instance, seems mildly more relaxed than normal. His eyes are still darting around, but not at the speed of light. So yeah, it's helped.
Yeah, as it finishes, it's a bit better. I hate being wet for that long.
Well, shall we get going?
Niles, is this trail here the right way? And I'm gonna kind of point towards this one here.
There were no trails here the last time I was here. He says, we just would walk up the hill. I've never seen these passages before. He's looking at the thorns wall as he says that.
Fair enough. I guess we,
Yep.
I prefer to stay on the dirt.
Yep, start moving this
Okay.
way.
Y'all start heading off in that direction.
I just realized I don't think I have one of those light effects on my character, the dark vision or whatever.
Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
He's the only one of us that does.
Oh, okay.
You
Is it
do.
60 feet or
Flashlight.
Oh, you do?
is it 60 or 120
do.
feet?
Sorry. Dark vision, I believe, is usually 60 feet unless there's otherwise.
Okay, I'm sorry. So who has it?
Me and Michael.
Yeah, Core and Oliver.
In Michael. Okay.
Yeah.
Does that
I
help?
believe it's-
Did you notice
will- Yes, it does help.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed when I moved my character, the lighting didn't move in any way, shape, or form. So I was like, that's not right.
Oh, yeah. That's probably because Niles is packing the lantern, and as it stands, like most of the vision is relegated to that, unless you have night vision. So,
Yeah.
and I believe the dwarf I set with night vision, didn't I?
Yep, you did.
Yeah, you've got night vision. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to try to
Alrighty then.
get around the other side of this portion of the wall so that we can remain hidden from their view.
Okay. Now, these paths that have been cut out, they are, they're weedy. It just looks mounds of little mounds of dirt and rock, and occasional sprouts of weeds up around those rocks or whatever.
Yeah. I guess we just move. I mean,
Stuff that wasn't completely consumed inside her, and other than the fact that it's a bit misty and rainy, gray, cloudy, dark.
Just
the only
all
sort
around
of
cruddy.
impediment here, really. So, yeah, go ahead and move yourselves over there without any glitch.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I missed that, and also my dice didn't roll again. So,
Yeah, you're cutting out pretty hard there for a minute.
were you able to hear me at all?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can tell
so
what you're saying. It's just roboting.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
Internet is not my friend today. I was just saying you can go ahead and go around that corner. Move yourselves over that direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is it starting to look kind of appreciably like the hill, like we're in the right area?
Yeah, you can definitely tell that the slope is off to your left. The ground is sloped toward your left to a degree. As you continue to kind of work your way down through this channel, you see an area ahead of you where it widens and kind of breaks into a channel that's headed directly uphill to the left, and another one that kind of continues along the path you're on, straight ahead, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, as we approach this, I guess, intersection here, I'm going to turn to Niles. And now, if I remember correctly, there was supposed to be a shrine that we're supposed to go to for the entrance, correct?
So, looking off to your left, you can kind of see the top of the hill here because of this long cut to the, let's just call it the north of the map. You're able to gain a more distant view past the thorn wall that's blocking the end of your sight up here. Over top of that, maybe off in this direction, just a slight bit more, is the what you assume must be the top of the hill. You can see that it's completely overgrown with thorns as well, just a black shadow up there.
Gotcha. Well, keep going straight. Go up the hill. What do you guys want to do?
Toss a coin. I don't know.
There's nothing that really marks out either path as any different other than this one is going uphill. So is this one over here, come to think of it. But
I would
when
like
we go
to. I would like to use my divine sense to
okay.
detect any celestial fiends or undead within 60 feet.
And 60
Now,
feet.
does that use your whatchamacallit or
Channel divinity? Nope.
Yeah. No?
Nope.
Yeah.
It's just something I can do 4 times between short
Oh,
rests.
nice. I love
Oh,
it when you. Okay, so yeah, I can clearly see the edges of your ability to do that now. Just briefly for a second, over here somewhere. Sorry, let me get the right tool. Over here. You do sense something, but it's just as quickly gone as if it slipped out away from you in that direction.
All right. It doesn't last very long. It says for a turn. So
Okay, it goes away then. But just for the briefest moment, you've detected what you assume is a skeleton moving in that direction. Maybe one of the ones that was turned that you turned earlier.
all right.
This way then?
I mean, if it were me, I'd put a shrine at the top of a hill.
Yeah.
That's just me. So, we said the left one goes up. Well, both kind of go up, but like the left one is almost directly straight up.
Yeah, it's a steeper grade for sure. The thing you're beginning to see though is that these channels around the hill are probably a little bit labyrinthian, or a little bit of a labyrinth here that will have to be traversed to get up there. So it's hard to say if there's dead ends or whether you'll get stuck or trapped in any of these channels. So who knows which ones might or might not be the better.
Well, I'll roll a d2 real quick. 1 we go left, 2 we go right.
All right.
And it didn't roll. Oh, there we go.
A 1.
So we go up.
All right.
Left.
Okay. head up that away then. Niall's sticking close to Dask. Are we missing someone? Who's missing here?
I think somebody got
Oliver.
buried.
Or-
There we
Oh,
go.
perhaps.
Oh.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, well, you make it up there. Come on up to about here, the top of the hill, and you don't encounter anyone else. It's nice just to have open sky above you. You realize that's been something kind of wearing away at the back of your stress.
See more?
You can't see much more. It's about the same amount that you can see, but at least you can see clouds above you, have a sense of a greater atmosphere than the closed-in nature of that tunnel for 6 hours. So, well, it's up to you guys, right or left at this fork.
Um.
I'm saying my vote is this way.
Yeah, that's towards where the most of the skeletons are running off to.
That's
after
true.
Turning them.
You can, even despite these thorn walls, you can still hear the crick slightly over in that direction.
Okay, so maybe that's a bad idea then.
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean it's a bad idea. It just means you can't. The crick is over in that direction for sure.
Okay.
Let's split up the party. No.
Please. Then I won't be guilty for the TPK.
I turn towards the others.
So, right.
There you go.
Right it is. Okay. Group of you head off this way, kind of slogging along through the weeds and the mud in this channel. Go ahead and move till you're all ahead of Niles, because he definitely is not going to be going first. However, about that point where you're at, you begin to notice figures again standing ahead of you in the channel. Now, let me quickly try to move all these guys back down to where they're supposed to be so we can discuss this.
I think we're going to have to just clear out a group of these suckers and then take a break for the day. Like, get a rest.
Rest.
At least
The
a short
old
rest or something.
Yeah.
The
There's
old
a lot
rest.
over there.
Oh,
So-
I'm liking that.
But what you see ahead of you is actually, it's kind of an interesting deal that you're seeing. First of all, there's a lot of skeletons down there, as you can tell. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, something like that, of these skeletons. They're standing at this corner, and there are distinctly two groups of them. The group that is, let me get the right pointer, that is closer to you on this side here. These are mostly the skeletons of what appear to be human and elven skeletons, at least, from what you can tell. It's a shadowy kind of situation. On the other side, facing them, are the skeletons of orcs. Now, all of these skeletons are just standing perfectly still. They're standing in the rain, kind of shadowed by the thorn walls around them, a little bit of wind up above them, rustling those thorn vines, rustling a little bit of their clothing. But otherwise, they're silent. Many of them have spears. Some of them have bows and arrows, rusty swords, bent swords, axes. And they are all staring at one another. The orcs are staring toward the elves and the humans. The humans and the elves are staring toward the orcs. They're standing fairly quietly, almost a little bit poised. They're all leaning forward just a bit, but they're just standing still. It's a bit odd. It's as if they were staged that way. However, let me see. You can all make a perception check. Pretty easy one. DC, let's call it 12, just because it's shadowy and a bit of a strange, intense situation.
Didn't mean to roll that with advantage.
So in that case, it works
I-
out a little worse for you.
I rolled a nat 1 and a nat 20 on those two dice.
Core. Let's see. Oliver, is that 9? Is that your roll?
9
13.
plus 4. Yeah, 13.
Well, that's good enough. Oliver, you notice something specific. You'll have to relay to the rest of them, but it seems as if this whole little conjunction is poised on a pivot that you would place right here, because right here at this point, there
I'm
is
not seeing where you're clicking.
Okay, I'll show you again. Can you see the massive skeletons?
Yeah.
There.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, I can see the skeletons. It's just not showing like you're
Yeah.
pointing.
Oh,
like
I'm clicking like a crazy person
Oh, there
over
we
here.
go.
Nope, that was Dask.
Oh. Yeah, it's not like that ring effect that we can do. It's not
Oh, yeah.
showing that if that's what you're doing.
Okay, well, do you guys see the two skeletons that are ostensibly facing each other in that group?
Yeah.
Oh, right here.
And
Right
they're
here.
yes,
Yes.
perfect. That's where I was clicking and getting no response. Those two skeletons are fairly close to one another, staring, despite the smiles on their faces, directly into the hollows of one another's eyes. And it's definitely a confrontation of some kind, but by the looks of it, they could have been standing here like this for days. It's hard. They're just standing there. They're dripping water. They're as if they've had a glitch in their systems here, and they are just, some part of them deep down maybe remembers their old foes, and that just enough that they're standing there poised and staring at one another. And all of the rest of the skeletons around them seem to be, semi-involved in that as well. However, are you able to make out much of the passages around them?
Little bit.
Not really, no. Like a little bit, just behind where the orcs are. Like right about here.
Out to there or something? Okay. Well, you can tell there's a channel behind the orcs. Channel continues on toward the north, right? Roughly toward the north.
Yeah.
Northeasterly, I guess. And it appears that there's a channel, down here as well, which may or may not connect back to the branch you took, at the first branch that you took of these paths. Niles is definitely like, let's go back and try the other path. I don't know what you would like to do, but there's a lot of them. They're pretty much blocking passage in that direction. They are, however, not busily looking for anything, or they're concentrating on their own little difficulty.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna.
my ideas are should try to get them to fight each other, like either by firing an arrow into the opposing enemy side, or I could use thaumaturgy and like use a voice to tell them like, kill him.
Fight.
Yeah, so like a
Do
voice
like a
coming
battle
from.
cry between the two dudes.
Yeah, exactly. So
Possibly. On now, just as a small voice of reason in the back of your head thinks, or that might just alert them to your presence,
right.
but who knows?
I gotta turn towards him and just. We should probably try another path, unless. Well, it's odd. I've never seen something like this, but we should try not to confront them if need be. There's many of them, and.
oh yeah, no, I mean it's a slaughter party.
However, possibly you could turn that slaughtered party on one another, right? I mean, there's definitely a tension there. That tension probably could be exploited. How you exploit it, I don't know.
Do you have that catapult spell? Like catapult a rock onto the opposing force? Like
That is my other character, not this one.
Catapult? You got another character that's packing around a catapult?
it's a spell.
Oh no, it's a spell catapult. Yeah.
You say, oh my god,
damage.
Bags of Holding have gotten so out of control in 5th edition.
Actually, what? I do have a dagger I could throw.
How good are you at throwing though?
I have a 10 dex, so not.
How about you, Dask? Are you any good at throwing a knife in a general direction?
No,
There
pretty
are-
average.
There are lots of rocks.
I mean, regardless, it's going to rely on dex, and do any of us have a good dex?
I don't think I do either.
Niles just says, don't look at me.
I've got a 1 for my. Yeah.
To be fair, we just need to get it kind of between the group, right? So long as it, I guess, kind of forces the tension to grow between them.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
doesn't have to necessarily. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be a direct hit. It just needs to be somewhat in the middle of the group, I would think.
Hmm.
Maybe.
What do you think, Dask?
Well, I'm worried that a thrown rock might just get them to look this way, but thaumaturgy, like that's a distance
That's a range.
cast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
it
what?
wouldn't draw them
Thaumat-
our way.
Are you able to create any physical effect with thaumaturgy?
Yes, actually.
Actually, well, thaumaturgy I think
Prestidigitation.
is. Yep, I was gonna say prestidigitation. I could create like a shower of sparks or a musical note, or I could make a. I could light a small fire, all sorts of
Make
things.
a little illusion.
Yep, thaumaturgy is very similar.
Yeah.
I can cause harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute.
Oliver, give me a straight intelligence check.
Sure. A little
That's
better than
good.
average.
Yeah, it made it over the hump, right? Well, a minor illusion that you've already noticed that the pivot point of this, let's call it a very quiet confrontation, is definitely those two particular skeletons.
Yeah.
The rest seem to be just sort of waiting on them. If you were going to direct an effect and you did it at one of them, that's probably your most beneficial avenue of approach. And a minor illusion might work. I don't know.
Illusion of
I'm
a
gonna turn
sword
towards
drawn. The
I'm
sound
gonna
of a
turn
sword drawn.
towards. If we do something to alert them, it's got to be. I'm gonna kind of point it out to him and just see those two right there that are nearly butting heads. We want to provoke them first. It looks like the rest are waiting on those two.
All right. So, which way do we want to go? Prestidig or thaumaturge?
We can do a little bit of both.
Yeah, you could have an
actually-
illusion of one of them, lifting his sword, and you could thaumaturgy
mind.
the other one.
Prestidigitation only has a 10-foot range, so I can't do that.
Oh, okay. Well, yep, that takes that out of the options.
I can do it though, and I can make the sound of a sword being drawn very noisily. What do you think?
Can you produce a physical effect?
I can. I can cause minor tremors, or I can cause like a little flash of light to brighten or dim, or change color.
You got to remember that these things don't have eyes necessarily. They aren't likely to be affected by illusions much. But something
I
real.
like the tremor.
I can also cause like a rumble of thunder, the cry of a raven, ominous whispers. Yeah, I can make it sound like those guys are just whispering, "I'm going to kill him first" or something.
Could you slap one in the face?
Technically, I mean, it couldn't do any damage, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, now it says you can instantly cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut. Could you technically do that against them and kind of like nudge them, maybe? Kind of like the slapping you were talking about, but just like literally nudge them towards each other. So
Right, like something that doesn't cause damage but causes one to jolt in the direction of the other or something. Yeah, that might
exactly.
that might well work.
All right.
You want to give that a try?
Yeah. Do you guys want to get a head start going the other direction just in case?
I'm gonna back up a little ways, but I'm not gonna necessarily leave yet.
Yeah, I'm going to. How far away is that?
Let's see. How far does thaumaturgy reach?
I just had it on my screen.
30 feet.
Yeah, I'd have to.
You can be like, I was gonna say, you can be like in the thickets as much as possible, just trying not to alert them.
What range do you have on it? 30 feet? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's like 35.
It's a little tricky. How the only you do have an advantage in that all of these things' attentions are fixed. So this group's attention is fixed in this direction, and this group's is fixed in this direction. These guys maybe I guess they're still looking here. He's looking there.
Oh, and it's just it's only a verbal component. There's no somatic to it. So you wouldn't have to like move or anything. You could just whisper the spell under your breath and have it cause an effect. So that could work.
So it looks like if he got up here.
Yep, that's all it would need to be.
Yeah, you're gonna need to see him though, and that's through the.
Oh yeah, huh?
You've got a line of sight there in this square. Are you guys still unable?
Nope.
Still not able to see? I'll be darned. Well, whatever.
You could try refreshing the page, see if that helps.
Just like hit the refresh.
Yep.
And actually, if you you can cast it multiple times too, with up to 3 of its 1-minute effects or non instantaneous. Right. So you can have like small tremors and like a slight jolt or something else all back to back.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
Okay, you can see it. Okay.
Yep.
Yay!
Hey.
Yay! I'm back. I'm back, baby.
All right.
Okay, you get it. You get in that corner and you get here and do that.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to try to push a nudge onto him, and
which one are you going to do?
This guy right here. I'm gonna try to nudge him forward, and since I can use up to 3 in 1 minute, if that doesn't seem to do anything, I'll also do a little bit of a tremor right there in the ground.
Okay. So this cantrip?
Yep.
Okay. You mumble the prayer, whisper it out, sort of, aiming your hands in that direction. This skeleton jolts forward suddenly, almost, raising an elbow as if he's going to, whack the other guy, and it's on. The orc answers with an axe, and all hell breaks loose.
Yes.
Flash of an eye, the skeletons just crash into one another along the lines here. Trying to work their way around. Probably get to there. Put him in there for backup. Put him.
I guess we just camp out kind of back here a little bit for now.
Yep. Camping up right about here.
Rusty bent swords and rusty axes begin to cleave the air. Some of these archers begin to shoot old rotten arrows into skeletons on the other side, and a battle takes place in front of you. Let me roll. So for each side, I'm just going to roll a d4 to see how many are destroyed in this round. So the elves lose 2. Take this guy.
Oh, you're rolling physical dice, or?
Yes, I am. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I can absolutely roll them on here. That does not matter. So
I wasn't
I'm
sure.
sorry.
I thought I heard clacking, so I wasn't sure where.
Yeah, it was me rolling them out. I love physical dice. Okay, 3 of the skeletons are destroyed. So I'll get rid of this guy. This guy.
Very gently. You move it too hard, it'll stop.
Now I'm going to roll a d6 to see if either side lost their leader. So the elf side did not. If I roll a 6, they do. No.
Oh.
Okay, so the leaders are still standing down here. Oh, did I get a 6? No, I didn't. Okay.
It just almost did. It's teetering.
Let me see. I would say that at this point the skeletons the orcs have the advantage a little bit.
And just so you note it, I am watching off in this direction behind us.
Okay. Yeah, it sucked to get snuck up on in this particular situation. Okay. They continue to fight. Next round, this is for the elf. How many die of the elves? 2. I'm going to check on their leader too to see if he died. If I roll a 6, he's gone. He's gone. Okay. Now I will roll a d6 for the other side, see if he died in this round. He did not. And d4 on the others. 4 of them died, though. In the meantime,
Oof.
that pretty much takes them all out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the battle's over pretty quick. 2 rounds of slashing and crashing, and at the end of it, both leaders are dead and only 2 skeletons are standing there. And they begin just plodding up the hill in this direction. They just saunter off as if nothing but a thing, and they're grinning the whole time.
Kind of look at the others and just, oh, that was a hell of a thing. Follow.
I'm gonna cautiously approach their little battle site and kind of rummage a little.
Okay, sure,
See if
absolutely.
there's any loose coins, possibly.
Yeah, just anything. We need whatever advantage we can get right now.
Understood. Let me check my notes, see if I can find what they're packing on them.
Nope. Dask apparently just did a deep dive into the thorns.
Fuck this shit.
I'm out of here. Okay, well, it doesn't really say. I'm going to go ahead and just give it a roll. This is going to roll for gold pieces per individual. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll just do a D8 times 11 if I can do that kind of math in my noggin.
Or 11 d8s.
77 gold pieces.
Holy shit.
All right.
66 silver pieces.
I'll write this down if nobody else is.
$70 copper pieces. 77 copper pieces, sorry.
Where the hell is the money area?
Oh, how much was the copper? It was 77 gold, 66 silver, and what copper?
77 copper as well. Coins are old. Coins are a few hundred years old that are on these bodies, the ones that you find. That's what you found. Not all of them had coins on them. Some of them had more. Some of them had less. But you know, it is some
Overall,
coins.
yeah.
Antiques.
Antique coins. They are antique coins. Some of them are of elvish mint. Some of them are of a strange mint. Look dwarvish to you, but you haven't seen the type before.
Dwemer.
I don't think we should be desecrating the dead, Niles says. It's bad enough out here. Don't need to curse us, too.
It's okay now.
They don't need it.
I shrug, and whatever unholy abomination rose them from their dead is worse off than we are just for trying to live.
All right. Are we going to continue around that bend?
Are you following the direction that those last of these skeletons walked off?
Yeah.
Is it still going uphill, or is it kind of heading back down now?
It's still going uphill.
Okay.
Seems to be kind of cutting in toward your kind of on this southeastern side of the hill, I guess. Approaching that direction. You guys follow them up that direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
For now, yeah.
I'm gonna switch you to another map.
Is that
So
the
in
cat
this
Careful
map,
not to get too close.
on this map, you're going to be wanting the bottom right corner. I don't know how much of the map you can see or can't.
None.
Put your figures on there and I'll set your vision.
Okay. I just put mine somewhere in the middle, so you may want to move them before you.
Let me shrink this down so I can see where everybody is.
I don't know where the hell I plopped them. Damn it.
It'll take me just a moment.
Aha.
Dask. I can't see your. Oh, there it is. Gotcha. And finally, put Niles on with his lantern.
This map is very large.
Yeah.
So Hermit actually has the plans for a very, very, very large dungeon one of these days.
Okay. So the skeletons that you saw moving continue to. You see the back of them as they continue up this path, and they. Are you guys able to see my little red pointer things?
Yep.
Yep.
They go along here, and then they just continue along straight up, kind of out of your view, following along the course of this track. Group of you follow after them still. Looks like there's a cutaway. You can see it kind of coming up somewhere around here.
Yeah.
The path.
I'll at
I'll
least
just
go up to
get
the.
to the cutaway first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So up here, you see something a little bit strange. As you approach this area, and you can see the two paths that are veering off, one to that direction and one to that direction. See that over here, there is a. I need a pencil for this, so I can kind of show you. There is a sunken area in the ground right around here. Kind of sinks down and then goes up the slope of a hill, which is kind of indicated by all these lines that are over here, if you can see them here. So this is a hill on the hill, right? There's somebody has in the long, just in to go past, dug a trench, and then all the dirt from that trench that piled up here to make a sort of a mound, a little hill over top of this sunken trench area below it. Up on the top of that trench, you can see an assortment of skeletons. Not quite as many as you saw before, but
Thank God.
they're standing there in the rain, dripping and staring forward. Several of them have bows. They all have swords on their hips. The one in the back there has a spear. They're standing at the top of that mound of dirt. Now, it's not like a fresh mound. No one just recently dug this out. There's weeds growing up, through it and all around. It doesn't look any different than the passageways you've already been following through the thorn walls around here. So this thing's been here for a while, long enough to have, grown a lot of grasses and weeds on it. But the general shape, long ago when the battle took place on this hill, probably this is an entrenchment, something they had affected to defend, but now it's just part of the general landscape, overgrown. But skeletons are standing at the top of it. To approach them will require that you go down into that sunken area and then rush up the hill toward them. They're staring out, in this direction. Given the rain and kind of the general darkness, it's hard to say how far they can see off in that direction, but they're staring out that way.
Well, I don't like the looks of that.
Right?
I'm not running up that hill, Niall says.
We disguise ourselves as skeletons and join their ranks.
Huh.
Maybe not a bad plan.
You have a disguise kit?
No.
A very, very good one.
So I've got 1 second level and 1 first level spell left. The second level is Shatter, and I could cast Shatter on them, but that would call everything around for God knows how far.
Yeah, that's true.
Wasn't it a 300-foot range or something?
Something like that. It's something ridiculous. I can look real quick. I've also got Thunder Wave, but I have to be close.
It actually doesn't say. A sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from your point of choice within range. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a con saving throw. They take 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. Inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal have disadvantage on it, but it does not say how far it can be heard from. So I think the other one we're thinking of is Shockwave or Thunderwave or something like that. But
Probably Thunderwave.
Shatter does not. Yeah. Interesting.
Overhead, the clouds swirl and spill and boil.
What do you guys think? Should we risk it?
I'd rather not. I mean, could, but
Or we could just try to calmly walk along this and keep going up. And if they notice us,
You could try to stealth that, just tuck up next to the,
vines and
the thorn wall. Yeah. You could try. It's up to you.
if that doesn't work, then I can cast Shatter.
True.
You also know right away, I mean, if they spot you, they'll be coming down the hill for sure. So
Better for them to approach us than us to approach them, considering they have the embankment on their side.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's
wait. Niles is like, you honestly intend to just walk right up there?
Not to them. No, past them.
Well, Niles.
And I kind of point off north here.
Niles, and you cannot say to go back. What would your options be?
Well, I don't have any options, and I don't know. Whatever you decide.
Yep, I guess I'm gonna.
Unless y'all want to go back. I'll go back if y'all want to go back.
Knew that was coming.
I'm gonna actually. Would my character have like a cloak of any sort on? Do you think?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be common, especially on a cold day like it is now.
I'm gonna turn towards Niles, or I don't know. Let's try and keep close to the vines. Try not to make too much movement, if possible. Keep it low. Keep it slow.
Hide our
Be
features.
able to pass by.
I mean, those other skellies just walked by, so if we hide our features, maybe they'll just think more if they see us.
I'm gonna kind
Probably
of
turn off the lantern.
Oh yeah.
yeah, that too.
Yeah,
Yep.
Niles jumps as if stung and fumbles with the lantern, like obviously, right? So he turns that off.
I kind of look towards Niles and just grab the corner of my cloak. Follow me. Stay close. And I'm just gonna take my cloak and kind of like hold it over my left side here so that it hides the majority of my features. Obviously, it's still gonna be humanoid shape, but it shouldn't show like skin or anything. So
Okay.
just kind of tuck that up on my side.
Okay, who's going first?
Oliver and Niles. That way, if anything happens, I can react with the shatter.
Why do I have to go first, Niles?
So you can be the first.
Shit.
So you can be the first to get further away from them.
Okay. He tucks up next to Oliver. Oliver, just for shits and giggles' sake, just on the off chance that you should roll a 1, I want you to make a stealth check. DC 9.
Please no.
DC 9. That is the lowest.
The rain and everything.
That's the lowest DC I have ever assigned to roll in any game. I just want you to know I'm giving you my all here.
Come on, it's rainy, it's dark. I have my cloak up. I mean, you could do advantage on that, right?
Let's see how it works. It's your kooky idea. Let the dice speak.
Well, I'm gonna have it turned on just in case you happen to be. What's the word?
You made it.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, sort of made it. Yeah, that was close. Okay, no problem. You and Niles both managed to move up and across the channel there without those skeletons even shifting. That leaves Drax. Sorry, called you Drax. Dask and Core.
All right. Guess I'm next.
Low and slow. Come on. You got this.
It's just a 9. It's just a 9. That's a low number.
I know. I've been rolling a low number. That's the problem.
Good. Big money, no whammies. Let's. You can do this. Oh, okay. You did it. You did it. For a second, you worried you might stumble or trip or something, but no, you make it. Dask. You don't like the sneaking around crap in general, but here you go.
Oh boy.
Oh, God.
Well, Dask, there's a combination of things going on here. Roll me a percentage first.
Oh, you made it most of the way.
Most of the way. So now, even though so Dask, you're having a little bit of a mental argument with yourself as you're doing this. You've got your cloak on. You're doing your best to, well, being sneaky is just not your style, Dask. You were trained against that sort of thing. Also, those are servants of evil, pure evil. You have, you just are debating whether you can even stomach the idea of having hidden from them or tried to sneak around them at all. And so as you're debating this, you get over to about here. You notice one of them steps forward a little higher on the hill with his bow, turns around. His eyes are sort of centered in your direction, but he hasn't moved yet.
Do I notice Dask hesitate?
Yeah, Dask hesitates and is looking. You see the skeleton on the top of the hill there. You see his grip change on the bowstring, and he begins to pull it back and slowly raise the bowstring.
Aiming come on.
Aiming generally in Dask's direction. Dask, what are you going to do?
Try and move forward and get behind the out of sight line.
So you're gonna dodge forward out of the shot, or he hasn't released it yet. You're not quite certain what he's doing. It's just pulled the string taut up
casual.
to its grinning teeth.
Walk casual.
Still, they detect movement.
They're like Tyrannosaurus Rexes, yeah, so they only detect movement. It's still standing there in the rain, looking down that arrow shaft toward you, but it hasn't fired. What are you going to do?
I guess I'll stop moving. Rain maybe helping to mask my presence with its movement.
Are you going to risk just waiting for a moment?
Sure.
Okay. You are unsure what to do, so you hesitate and just stop. You put your hand on the hilt of your sword, get that kind of nice familiar feeling of it there. For a long few heartbeats, nothing happens, and then the skeleton begins to drop the bow and release the pressure on the string back down. Its head slowly turns to look toward the others, and it does nothing. You continue to move tentatively, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. You drift on past. The skeleton, it's better if you had shot away, ran, done anything like that, you may have just given it up. Apparently he couldn't quite tell, wasn't quite certain. So it just held still, did nothing, and then decided there was nothing there. You move past. The group of you make it past that group. Dask, you're still not entirely
happy.
Just about the idea.
Not entirely okay with that, but all right, what's done is done. You've made it past them. Maybe your god will understand that you didn't just think you should kill everything in here. There might be bigger fish to fry, something like that. Group of you continue on this path up.
Yes.
Yeah, for the time being.
Okay. Move yourselves up to about here, if you can see my red dot.
Path looks like it's thinning out a little bit.
Okay. You reach there, no problems. Nothing untoward happens. Continue on.
Okay.
This jutting corner gives you a little bit of stress, but you make it beyond that, no problem. The group of you find yourselves up here. Now, you can tell that ahead of you, the passageway or this channel in the thorn vines that you're following turns. Makes sort of a rounded turn to the right from where you're at. You can no longer hear the crick. You haven't been able to hear it for a while. You can hear the wind rustling these thorn vines overhead, and the pitter patter of the rain on your hoods as you stand there looking toward this turn.
It broke up really bad there for a second. Uh-oh.
I think we lost him. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm good and frozen.
Oh,
you guys ever
I can hear you now.
Oh, hear me at all?
Yep. Can you hear us?
A little bit.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Not sure what to do.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
That'd be a no.
This is my life when I try to Discord on my computer.
He just DC'd from roll20, it looks like. Oh, no, it's back. Maybe he was refreshing.
Am I back?
Yes.
Are you able
can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Everything froze up, and even roll20 came in and said, "We're sorry, but you've been disconnected. This will take a minute." And I'm back.
Okay. Well, we're about 4 minutes from break time anyway, so.
Well, this would be let's just skirt on for 4 more minutes. Are you going to move on to this corner?
Yep.
Does it continue uphill?
Yeah, so the group obviously Core's going to go up there. Niles is not going to reach that far. You might not want to go that far out there, Oliver. All of you reach about here and are able to see that over around this corner, it's the same sort of situation as you saw before. There is a mound of dirt with a divot cut into the earth in front of it. I'll draw it in quickly. And atop it are standing a group of skeletons. Let me get this drawn in for you quickly. Okay, so there's a divot in the ground about here. And then the hill is, actually like this area here. You have to go up this hill. It's a very steep edge of it right here.
We're not seeing any of your markings, just so you know.
Oh, damn. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I've marked it all up.
Oh.
Hopefully it'll catch up.
Try to refresh again.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to refresh real quick as well. Just in case.
And
yeah, still nothing.
And now I'm bland because now we don't have our the lights on our tokens.
Oh, do you? That true? I do.
I don't.
You're supposed to have them. Do you have them now?
Oh wait, are you sure you're scrolled over to the right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay. Right. Well, I can see. Sorry, can't see. You see the yellower ground there. Are you able to see this that I'm making?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So the bottom of the hill is, right along here. And the divot extends out to about here. So that's all sunken ground you'd have to go down into before you could climb up the hill on the other side toward where these skeletons are all standing. There are actually 2 more skeletons than are shown. It looks as though the 2 that you turned and the 2 that came out of that fight alive and that marched this way have joined this group. So this is our break time anyway, so we'll take the break so you can think about how you'd like to approach this, and we'll be back in 5 minutes or so.
Perfect.
Ready?
So I'm reading here, some people assigned Shatter a distance of about 30 to 60. So 60 in a very acoustic area, 30 in a muffled area.
Sorry, I have a very persistent cat that is demanding attention, so if I seem a little distracted.
Swear to God, I'm going to stop dealing with Twitter.
Sounds good.
I know, right? I'm so addicted to it. That dang thing. In like 2 days, I've become a Twitter addict.
So there's not anything written about how far the sound travels for Shatter, but there are a bunch of people who did some homebrew rules for it, and they say it travels 60 feet in a very open area and 30 feet in a muffled. So
I think that's probably pretty close, right? That sounds about accurate.
yeah,
Well,
I never liked the way they dealt with sound in D&D anyways, but yeah.
it's a thunder-based spell, yes?
no, it's not. A thunder wave is a thunder-based spell.
Okay.
But just thunder damage, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Well, it does
yeah.
thunder damage, but it's described as a ringing sound.
but yeah,
Think of like
they describe it like a very large, just like kind of like if a boulder cracked, you wouldn't hear it clear across. It would be, terrifying, but it's not stupendously loud like a jet engine.
Shatter,
So-
I assume, is a sharper kind of high-pitched sound.
Yeah.
Is that right? The idea being like a
literal shattering glass or something.
like a disconnected vocal chime high enough to burst glass.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I think 60 foot's fair on that. It's fair. I mean, it's fine.
Okay.
We could use that for sure.
I just wanted to give you a little framework for that. So
Okay, so if we're applying that to this map, have you already measured that?
I have not.
Yeah, it's not too far. Okay.
That well means you crossed an enemy. All right, so we see those. There's more guys there now.
You're still probably unable to see my red marks. I'm going to assume those aren't on
yeah.
there.
I saw your arrow, but no,
probably
your,
better.
your pencil marks are not there.
Oh, they're not erasing either. So,
On the right layer?
oh, good question. Yes, I am. No, it's not leaving. Maybe I put them on a different layer. That's always possible. Hell with it. Doesn't matter. Okay. They're standing there in the rain like the last group was. However, there's no alternative channel. So it looks like, I mean, at least you can see that these skeletons are actively blocking progress up the hill in two specific places, right? So,
I'm gonna kind of back up a little bit here and talk with the rest. Well, we have to fight one group or another. What do you guys propose?
I would say up here. How close are we getting towards the top of the hill?
yeah, you can see the top of the hill. From you, it is. I don't know if you can see my measuring stick either, but it'd be in,
Yep.
approximately that direction from you right now.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's not true. It's more like you're kind of on the back side of the hill. It's that way.
Okay.
You are up fairly high on it. This passage that you followed has been, steadily going uphill the whole time.
So, do you guys think I should do it? Cast Shatter right in the middle of them?
Probably. There's what, 3d8?
Is that how much damage it does? How much damage does Shatter do?
Yeah, 3d8 thunder on a failed save, or
Wait,
half as much as that.
It is thunder damage?
It is thunder damage, but it's
Yeah.
described as a loud ringing noise.
I see. Yeah, that's going to carry more than 60 feet.
Yeah, I was gonna
Um,
go through all this dense
That's true.
vines and
That's
stuff.
true. I'll give you that. I will give you that for
Oh,
sure.
shit.
So
Good
for
one.
now, 60 feet is probably about right.
I have to pull up my spells again because I had a refresh.
Yeah, given the tangled nature of this, these 40-foot walls of thorns, I assume that that's going to soak a lot of that sound.
So
We're
it's not like flat walls. It's a lot of tubular shapes that the sounds are bouncing off and hitting each other.
Exactly. So yeah, that's perfect. And there are various sizes. It's actually quite a sound eater.
Okay, so
Sound engineering.
yeah, I'll probably step out to here in a second. I need my fucking pointer. Step out to here in a second, and then that's going to be. It's got a range of 60 feet, so yeah, that's more than enough. I'll be casting it on that guy right there.
And what's how many of them are going to be affected?
Probably all of them. Yeah, 10 feet or a 10-foot radius. It gets all of them.
Okay. Yes, it does.
All
That
right.
being said,
What?
I was. Go ahead.
All right. Wrong pointer. Let's not die,
Alright,
huh?
So we're doing this.
All right, I'm casting Shatter right there.
Can I cast something alongside with him?
Sure. What are you going to try?
I'm just gonna blast one. That way we can try and take out as much as possible on the first surprise round, I suppose you'd call it.
So the two that are standing closest to you guys are the ones with bows in this group. It might be smartest to take out their archers.
Okay. Well, I can't see this guy quite right, so I'll go for this one here.
Okay.
All right.
You two step out, begin to chant the spells. Is Shatter a cantrip?
No, it is a level 2 spell.
God no.
Fuck no, not 3d8 damage. Hell no. Roll that spell then for me.
Is it something that I actually have to roll on? I don't know how to determine that.
To be fair, we're not in combat yet.
Well, it's because it's at a point. It's a target at a point of choice, so it doesn't say anything. About...
He's talking about you're successfully casting the spell. So
Oh, right. Forgot all about that shit. Yeah, thanks, Dask.
Ask is, you might note, a very good player who backs up his GM. Okay, so yeah, does that do it?
That wasn't me.
Who was that?
That was me. That was just me
Okay.
casting.
Did that work?
That's a
Yeah,
wisdom save that you just.
Oh, well.
by the way, he rolled above a 10. So
Yeah, we'll count it. Yeah,
Okay.
this goes off. It's effectual. Go ahead and roll just one 3d8 group, and I'll apply it to all of them because there's
A lot.
substantial chance you just wreck them right here.
12
12.
damage.
Okay,
And
well
for the. Okay.
you don't kill any single one of them, but you definitely have harmed all of them a great
What about
deal.
Does the extra 6 from Eldritch Blast get this guy?
Yes, he's dead.
Cool.
Okay, so purple energy hits him, sparks fly, and he's a goner. The remaining ones, that there's just that high pitched sound of a crash. They all shake. A couple of them drop their spears. A couple of spears break. Some of their buckles and kind of harder pieces of their crusty old leather armors break. You see cracks form in some of their armor, and their bones crack in places as well. All of them jerk their heads open and lift their heads and look up into the sky when that happens, but they're very silently and happily screaming into the clouds.
It's a sign from the gods.
You guys can take a free round's action. What are we going to do?
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on this guy here in the middle.
And I'm going to try and take out this other archer down here.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for those if they require rolls. The Eldritch Blast, I know, will hit. Whoops, unless you do that. What?
You had to jinx it.
Were you rolling to hit? Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You rolled a 1. Well, luckily there's nothing between, like no allies between you and there. But a 1, you reach out to cast the spell. The energies gather, but then they don't express. They don't rush out of your hands. That energy suddenly kind of flames to life on your hand. Go ahead and roll the damage on yourself. And in the meantime, Core, what are you doing?
I'm just casting
Full damage?
Full damage to thyself. Sorry, it was a 1.
Oh, no, that was supposed to be a 1! Why would... that was on a 1! It was a 1!
Oliver becomes wrapped by purple sparks and flying. He screams pitifully and falls to the side under the weight of his own magic. Core, what do you do?
In light of that, are you conscious?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. The character sheet reset a lot of my stuff, and it's saying I have a 24 hit point maximum, which is not right for a level 3 warlock, unless I got like max rolls almost every time.
So how do we? Why don't we just very swiftly resolve this? Go ahead and roll your 3 die. Is it die 6 for a wizard?
D8 for a warlock, surprisingly.
Okay.
D6 for wizard.
Roll the D8. 3 of them. Add your Constitution bonus.
Yeah.
Which technically, if we were doing true hardcore rules, we wouldn't, but we're not. So that's 11, 18.
Oh. Well,
plus your con. What's that?
1.
So 21.
But it's plus 1 per rolls, right? Or
yep.
So 3, yeah.
So plus 3. So 21. 21?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were close.
Not far off, yeah.
Maybe you really did have 24.
You're still
Hey,
standing.
maybe.
You haven't hit the ground, but there's still some purplish smoke billowing off of you, and it's a little embarrassing. Core, what are you going to do?
I'm hitting this guy with Sacred Flame. He just has to make an 11 DC deck save.
He gets a +2 to deck saves. He fails. Damage is what? 18?
We will find out in a second.
God, that took me down to 8
5
hit points.
He is
almost
a goner.
rolled max damage on myself with my own spell.
You kill him.
Okay.
He shatters apart under the glow of that light and collapses. Dask, what are you going to do?
I'm going to move right here and use lay on hands on what is your name? Oliver.
Yeah.
Dask, quick before you make that decision, can you roll me a intelligence check just quickly? See if I can tell you something.
I suppose.
DC 10. Okay, so you remember distinctly that Sister Theta, Acolyte Theta, back in Dawn's Hollow, spoke very glowingly of Niles's ability to heal. Said it's his one true gift. So you could possibly save what you have if you order Niles to see to the wizard or the warlock.
I have my own healing as well, so I wouldn't worry about it yet.
Well, you're one critical arrow away from death.
Yeah, it is. I could use it as a bonus action.
Yeah,
I probably should have.
Before combat gets started, you probably have Niles use the surprise round to heal you.
Yeah, you command Niles up there then?
Yes.
Okay. Niles hops too, runs up there, lays hands on you. You hear him whispering a prayer, and there's a glow on his hands, and you are healed. Let's see. 10 points.
All right.
And Dask, you approach. You go running up to the hill, or what are you doing?
Yeah, just gonna get in front.
Okay, so you're right at the edge of the divot. You want to descend into the divot, or just stay on the upper edge of the outside of it there?
Probably upper edge.
Okay, sounds good to me.
I guess I'll hold my action to attack anyone that comes in melee range.
Okay, let's roll initiative for the round. I'm gonna roll Niles.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as he comes up to me and heals me, I'm gonna kind of look at my hands for him and just to him. Thank you. That never happens. I swear.
That never happens to me.
Precisely.
I've heard it happens to the best of us.
Oh, joy.
Did you set that curry? Oh yeah. No. Wait a minute. Why are there like 10 of you guys on my
What?
That's not right.
No, it's not.
We brought
See
an
if I
army.
Fix this. So that bottom one seems correct, and this one is correct, and this one's correct. Niles is correct, so these ones have to be.
Damn it, Oliver. We didn't bring the ogre.
Oh. We did say we were going to bring him with, didn't we?
Yeah, this could have been a lot easier.
If
we
we
could have had
hard
just-
to get him through.
Yeah.
Could have had him blunder on through, taking some of the hits, and we just help him out here and there.
Oh God.
Been
Is this-
combat buddies.
Does it look like the correct order, at least of the top 5 initiatives there?
Yeah.
I only see 5.
Skeletons are out of place, but yeah.
Oh, I don't even see the skeletons on there. 13.
Oh.
What did,
That might have been a previous roll then.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, because you didn't roll for
Probably.
them yet. Yeah.
I'm
Never mind.
going to throw them up there first, and then I'll roll them. So they get +2, so 10. Which puts them here in the order. This guy can go down there. I don't know what the hell's going on here. We got doubles of you. All right, so first up looks like Oliver.
Look back at my hands again. Let's try that again.
Are you going for the archer again?
I'm going to pat him on the shoulder reassuringly.
I would go for the archer, but it kind of looks like Dask is in the way there. Yeah.
Just don't miss.
Don't botch.
He is up on
You
a
say
hill,
that.
so
You've already
Should've
lost.
watched
What are the chances? I mean, honestly.
Please don't jinx me like that. I jinx myself often enough as is. I don't need you jinxing me too.
I believe in you.
Ah!
I love that we live in fear of the roll 20 dice.
Right?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That'll do. You hit him.
All right.
This time, the scintillating purple sparks are flying all over that skeleton, not over you, and it's dead.
Cool.
It disappears.
You're gonna look back at Niles and just see. There he is.
Much better, he says. That would bring up Niles, who just spins his round reassuring you, and then Dask. Your turn.
Oh, there goes my action.
Do you have a bow or anything? A crossbow?
I have 0 ranged.
We got to change that sometime.
Now to get over this pit, I guess, or the hill or whatever. How much
Yeah,
of his
it's a-
movement would it take?
It's like a trench. It's not, I don't know how to explain it. It's a divot. It's not a drop off. You know, it just sinks down in front of that hill by about 7
Yeah.
feet down or so. It's like
damn.
it's about 5 foot across in there, 7 foot across in there.
Okay.
So what was the question?
I was just wondering how much of his movement it would take to get across it.
Oh, it's just the same. Just the same. It's just he'll be dropping down and then running up that hill on the other side.
Okay.
Is that what you're doing, Dask?
Yeah.
Okay. So Dask, when you reach about here, the ground underneath you gives way. You
Uh-oh.
discover that there's a tarp laid over a pit that's been dug out. Now there is a trench literally there, and you crash down through that tarp and the sticks that were holding it up. The dirt and stuff. There wasn't a lot, but there was enough sprinkled across the top of it that it just wasn't obvious. You smash through those things and descend and crash into a pit that spans those these 2 squares. So if you were both here and here, that would be how big this pit is. You strike the ground for 5
My
points.
dex save?
Do you get a dex save to fall?
Usually.
Okay,
Usually, yeah.
go right ahead. I'll give you 2.5 damage if that'll do it. Okay, so you manage to keep somewhat on your feet as you crash down through this thing. You land on your feet, sort of fall back against the wall of it, but don't collapse onto the ground. You just take a point of damage from the impact on your legs. However, you crash down with this tarp and the assorted debris and leaves and crap that was on top of it. As it's still cascading down, you see from the other end of the pit a ghast leap up
Oh my god.
he is so happy to have a guest.
That's not great.
Uh-huh. So
Yeah, there he is, and he charges straight for you. We'll cover
my
that.
action, yes.
Well, you've crashed through a pit. Your action is defuncted. He will go on the skeletons, which is next, actually. And that's that for the round, or for that part of the round so far. I think core still has to go, so it'll be skeletons after that. So these skeletons move forward up here. I'm going to give one of them a spear. This one has a sword. Runs into there. This one comes down the hill a ways. This one stays up here on the edge of it. And the one that has a spear hurls it. And it will be even core and odd Oliver. Even, so core. AC?
Yeah, 1 sec. 16.
Grinning in the rain, he hurls the spear.
Oh my god.
Flies through the air, landing almost in slow motion to you. You feel the pressure, then the sharp pain of that spear as it embeds itself in your side. You take, what is it? Spear damage is D6?
Yeah. Unless you're wielding it like with 2 hands, but yeah.
He's throwing it.
Sounds correct, at least.
And he's going to get a +2, it says on the thing. So 5 points of damage.
Ow! Son of a bitch.
And down in the pit. The ghast.
Actually,
Mhm.
hold on. I might be able to save you here. How far is he throwing this spear? Is it this
Save
one over
him,
here?
save me.
Yeah, from there to there, 25 feet.
A spear has a short or a normal range of 20 feet. If it's longer than that, between 20 and 60 feet when it's thrown, it's at disadvantage.
Is it?
Yes.
Well.
Now, granted, you are DM, so obviously you can decide what's going on here, but...
I was going to factor in he's on an upper hill from you. He's throwing downhill, but, no, I'm going to let it stand. I like that idea. That makes more sense, and we want to do it as accurately as we can. I'll give you the chances you deserve. So here comes the other part of that. In that case, the 10, what's your AC?
16.
You can take your 5 hit points back.
All
In
right.
slow motion, it goes right past you and thumps into the mud about there.
And scaring the shit out of Niles.
Niles is just staring at it with dread. In the meantime, down in the hole. I know that was a slaughtering of that song, but let's see.
Shit.
I have to make my
ask.
I have to make my way through my completely falling apart monster movie.
Well, hopefully this one is. I was going to say, hopefully this ghast isn't nearly as bad as the fucking father. That guy was insane.
Oh, I bet it is.
Yeah, he probably is. Now, neither here nor there, but he still, slightly resembles the elf he once was. You can tell that because he's got big old pointy ears over his ashen gray face and the lolling tongue that is lashing towards you as he rushes in.
And I keep forgetting that my Armor of Agathis is a ritual spell. So if I spend 10 minutes casting it, I could just have additional temporary hit points. I really need to do that.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, he attempts to claw you. Yeah, it's a +5 to hit. What's your AC is 19.
Mm-hmm.
So 12 + 5 is 17. It rakes your armor, but not you. You still feel the impact of it. You can tell these creatures have a heavy hit to them. but it does not hurt you. At least not this round. You do, however, need to make me a Constitution saving throw, DC 10, because the stench of them is so terrible that.
Oh boy.
Come on. God.
His rotting fingers kind of break and leave some goo across your armor.
You are poisoned until the start of your next turn, due to the hideous smell of this thing that's been down here rotting in this pit for God knows how long. That's everybody core.
All right. I am going to move up here, and I'm going to cast Protection from Evil and Good on Dask. So their
So
That's
attacks.
what I was gonna do.
You make your way down the slope there to the edge of the pit.
Yep.
Okay. You see him. You cast a spell. Is that a cantrip?
I think it's a level 1.
First level. Yeah.
Yeah, first level.
Roll them bones. See if you can pull it off.
Come on, character sheet.
Now is. Wait. Am I thinking of a different spell? I was just thinking, some of the protection spells are touch only, but I'm not sure in the case of this one.
God damn it, dude.
What is the spell precisely? Protection from evil and good?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You'd be able to cast it.
Oh, did you fail? I don't even have to look it up.
Yeah.
Okay. You.
I was gonna say, did we decide that failing a spell doesn't use the spell slot?
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
It doesn't. However, you get up there, you try to cast the spell. The Lord of Light has deemed that he doesn't want to defend his paladin at this moment, so there you are. And that's the round. Let's roll initiative for the next round. I'll start with Niles.
On high initiative, let's go.
It's not great.
Core can try again.
Yep. I'm going to.
And now for the skeletons. They get a +2. So 11. Okay, so it's like Niles is up top. Core is above Niles. Dask, you have an 8 on this round. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, here we go then. Core, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to put this up there just so you can see what it is.
Gotcha.
All right, casting it again because reasons.
It is a range of touch.
Yep.
So you're reaching
in a
down
hole.
in.
Yeah.
He's in a 10-foot pit. He's 4 feet down from you,
I
approximately.
reach up and high five him.
No, he's concentrating on a ghast at the moment. You could jump in there.
That would be some crowded fighting.
I'll let you extend it out onto your hammer. If you take no other action this round, you can reach down and try to touch him with the hammer and cast a spell from there.
Okay.
Okay, is that what you're doing?
Yep. Let me make my freaking.
Then I want to increase the difficulty then by 1 on the DC for that.
All right.
Because you're channeling it through that.
And he matches it?
Yeah, I matched it.
You match. That's fine. That's a pass. Then you feel the thump of a hammer on the back of your head, kind of unceremoniously, but at the same time, there's a sort of a little shimmering golden light that washes over you. You understand that a protection spell has been cast on you. You get certain types of creatures. Protection grants benefits. Disadvantage on attack rolls. Good. Target also can't be charmed. Okay. Good enough. That was core. Niles.
Honestly, kind of fitting for a dwarf to channel his magic through the hammer.
Kind of, yeah.
Magic
Might do it more often. Magic bonk.
Niles tucks in behind Oliver. Again, Oliver, fry them! And that's his attack for the round. Oliver, it's your
All
turn.
right. I'll do my best.
Maybe we could just have Niles like nag the skeletons to death.
Well, your best is not working in this particular instance. You miss. Goes shooting off into the thorns. And the skeletons.
Niles distracted me. He says this, and I have to look back and it just kind of.
Okay, so this skeleton skirts around the outer side of that pit and comes up alongside Core. Attacks him. Sword. Armor class Core.
16. Ha! Dick.
Holy yeah. His sword breaks over your armor, does nothing. The skeleton picks up the broken handle of it and looks at it as if like, what the hell? And this
The
one
shatter really helped.
rushes up here alongside the pit. This guy skirts around the pit this way, comes in on the other side of you, Core, and attacks with his sword. Oh, sorry, wrong die.
Oh, you can keep that.
I misses anyway. Okay, so they're fumbling around you, but yes, they've closed in on you. And that looks like Dask's turn.
Right. So these guys were the ones that were not like really damaged except by magical attacks, correct?
No, they're very damaged.
No,
yeah.
this is like more like a zombie than anything. It's not a.
Oh,
The
the
one you're
kid-
thinking of is the white, I think.
The ghast is a
whatever.
type of zombie, yeah. It's just a faster, meaner zombie. The skeletons, though, they are damaged. They're
Horribly.
yeah. As a matter of fact, every time you've killed one, they've just kind of the shattering has broken them into pieces and collapsed to the ground. So roll initiative, you folks. I'll do Niles.
Oh,
Wait,
I gotta
it's his
take my
turn.
still.
Yeah, it's still his turn.
Sorry. Thought we had moved on.
Oh, I guess I'll just attack this man
Dokie
thing.
So AC is a 13. That's a hit.
Saw that D4 bounce the D20 there from like a 6 to a yeah, whatever it was, 19.
All right, 8 bludgeoning.
How much?
8.
Okay. Okay, you smack him pretty good, knock him to the side. He hisses. And that's the round. Roll initiative, Niles on a 13. Skeletons on 11 again.
I'm going to be yelling at
Okay.
Niles that the skeletons are almost dead, so he'd better start smacking them.
You're trying to get Niles to attack.
Yeah, he's got a club.
He's got a mace.
A mace. A very cool looking mace, might I add.
Yeah, it is a pretty cool looking mace. Yeah, yet he is clutching
Like
it.
a club, but
He's
better.
holding it upside down and clutched to his chest like a teddy bear rather than a mace. But yes, he does have one. So it is Oliver's turn.
All right.
Get them, Oliver! Get them! Shakes your shoulder.
I just gotta shake my head. And just... Come on. There we go.
That'll do. Which one are you
I just
hitting?
blast Just the
Gotcha.
closest one here. Yeah.
He's dead. He's dead. They have one
Oh,
hit
just-
point. If you're hitting them, they're dead.
Yeah. It just with how much damage does it blast through to the other one?
He blows apart. There's no doubt about that. He's shattered. I mean, pieces of him go flying in all directions amongst the purple sparks. But no, he doesn't damage the other one.
Damn, Corey, you couldn't do one more damage on that shatter.
I even knew that, but I wasn't going to say anything. You know, a player fucking character doesn't know what the player knows. Yeah.
Niles has his shield and his mace, and he's moving his best toward the fight. He comes up near core. That's pretty good for Niles. Okay, so skeletons. This one rushes in and also attacks core. AC core.
16.
I think that'll hit.
That's twice now. It's 16, 18.
Yep.
Let me find. Sorry, got to toggle around in here. It's a D6 plus 2 slashing. 4 points damage.
All right, let me mark it down.
The one on the other side of you attacks now. Oh, there's still one alive on the far side of this thing as well. So
Yeah, but
That's
he
a
threw a
mix.
spear.
he did. He's got a sword, but he picks up a big rock and he moves down the hill slightly and hurls it toward Dask. It splatters into the mud at the bottom of this pit next to Dask. Doesn't affect him.
At disadvantage.
Yeah.
You could always roll a 1.
He could. Okay, he could drop it on his own foot. I'll give you that. Okay, no, he doesn't hit you.
That'd be amazing. Drop the
That's
rock
right.
on his foot and fall apart.
That's a good point. You do have protection from evil on you. And speaking of, that's going to come in handy right now as the ghast tries to bite you. This is the first roll of his rolls, and the second one. He misses. You hold him at bay, thanks to your blessing. All right. Core, it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to be attacking this guy here. So, yeah.
Armor class 13.
Warhammer +1.
That'll do. What? You hit the hell out of him there. He's dead. You shatter him apart, send pieces of his bones flying into that thorn wall.
Perfect.
And Dask, your turn.
Oh shit, really? Let's just smack this boyo again.
Okie dokie.
The ghast hole.
Kick him in the gas hole. That's not going to do it. So he dives out of the way of that momentarily, at least. And I think that's everyone. Yep, Oliver went first. So okay, new round. Roll initiative. Niles got a 3.
I got a natural 20.
That'll do. And the skeletons 7. Okay. Dask, do you have a 5 again for initiative? Is that right?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to try to get this skelly up here out of the way now. So,
Okay. You wheel around, swing the hammer.
I almost rolled initiative again for no apparent reason.
That's a hit.
All right.
And you destroy him. That you guys are getting miles out of that shatter spell. That really helped. All right. Then next up, Oliver.
Well, I don't have line of sight anymore, so I'm gonna kind of. Now, you said this portion of the pit I was able to, or they moved across just fine, didn't fall in or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. And core is currently in a pit, so I'm gonna move up here.
Yeah, you can clearly see the pit. You can move around it on either side.
Okay. And then since Dask is down below in a hole, I'm gonna cast over him and try to hit this boy back here.
Should be easy peasy.
Say that. Yeah, okay. 14.
That'll do. damage. Oh, he's dead.
14. Max damage of 14.
You just fry him to a melted little puddle of bubbling purple goo over on that. It begins to slide down that hill embankment toward the pit. And let's see. Skeletons. They're gone. Just the Ghast. Ghast races in, tries to bite you again. Dask. Ooh.
Disadvantage.
No, God, you people in your crap disadvantage. Dask is like, no. Okay, so that one would have hit. Let's see if I can accomplish it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it hit. By God. Despite the blessings, despite it all, this thing's mad. It lunges at you. Dask, you catch a brief glimpse of an opal ring on a gold band around this thing's finger as it attacks you. And does 2d8 plus 3 piercing from a nasty bite.
Ooh.
That is so much.
Would I just roll 1? Of course I did. I meant to roll 2. There's 5 plus 10, 13 damage. He latches on. You hear the skin popping. You can feel his teeth sink through. His foul smell is just like mingling with your blood. You're not happy about that. Not one bit. Pain surges through you. You're still alive, I take it, though?
Yep.
Alrighty.
I'm level 3 now. I have more health.
And Niles is left.
Nope.
Go heal his
Me
ass.
first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Das, go. Yeah, it's your turn.
All right. Let's see. All right. I'm swinging. My mace. Come on. Big money, no whammies. Dice. Hello.
No dice rolls either.
Oh, there we
There
go.
it is.
Ah.
Come on. Ah.
You swing wildly. The thing falls off of you. It's got your blood all over its face, and its tongue is lapping it up around its face. But your mace misses over its head and smacks the side of the pit. All right, roll initiative for the next round. This is Niles. 13. And this is the Ghast. It's plus 2, 13 as well. Okay, how'd that shake out? Let's see. Dask, you're finally up at the top.
I actually go last this time.
Yeah, you do. Okay, Dask, your turn. You recover swiftly from your miss.
That's better.
This time you smash him, good and solid. And is that the damage?
No. That's his
No.
bonus.
Oh, okay.
I am going to use Divine Smite though,
Sounds correct.
because I just want this thing to die.
Which I think
So-
does additional damage since it's undead, correct?
I mean,
Divine
probably
Smite?
radiant damage.
He does not have any. All he has is immunities and resistances. He doesn't have anything that makes him more prone to it. Should be though, right? Some dead makes sense. To
Yeah,
me, too.
I thought undead had a vulnerability to radiant, but
It doesn't show that, but I agree with you. I'm going to go ahead and apply it. So you can double your radiant damage.
Okay, well, it's 7 bludgeoning, 9 radiant, so 18.
18 total.
25 total. 18 from
well,
damage.
yeah, because
Sorry. Shut up.
No, you're fine. It was 25 total because that makes a difference.
yeah,
Okay.
18 radiant, 7 bludgeoning.
You club him. He flies up against the wall of the pit, smashes back down onto the ground, but he swiftly, growling, crawls his way back up instantly almost onto his feet. And Core, it's your turn.
Shit.
Tough guy, Jesus.
And I can't reach him from up here, really, can I?
Not really. You could definitely leap in on top of him or something like that.
You
could
can give him a bonk.
You could leap into the pit and try attempt, swinging to hit. If you hit, I'll give you double damage on that from,
Or
coming
grapple.
because you're crashing down on him. Or you could just wrestle with him and let him get his teeth right up in there.
I will fucking do it. I'm a dwarf. We're going to do a cannonball.
Okay.
With a hammer.
Just
Dwarven cannonball. Here we go. All
You
right.
give a shout and head. Where is your token? He's disappeared from my map.
He's on top of yours. So 12 total.
I still don't see your token. It doesn't matter. 12 just misses. Just misses. You drop down into the pit. You swing. You miss. Your hammer strikes the ground about the same time you do. Sends up a plume of mud in all directions from the splash of the hit, but you miss him, and you're now in the pit with them.
Okay. I'm going to use a divine action and make a second attack.
Good enough. Good enough. Clerics they can do the thing.
Yep. Clerics of War can do this. All right. Let's try again. Maybe. There we go.
Armor class 13. You hit, I believe. No, wait. Yes, you did. An 8 bludgeoning. You kill him. You crash down, splash, hit the mud. You bring the hammer back up, swing it again. Mud still flying off of it. When you crash into his back, snap his spine, and he crumples to the ground. Finally dead.
That'll do.
That was all tactical. I meant to do every bit of that.
For a moment, there's just quiet. Rain dripping off of you, splashing down into the puddles at the bottom of this pit, and eerie sort of quiet descends around you. You're breathing heavily. It's over. Dask, you lean against the side of the pit for a second to catch your breath. You're bleeding out of that bite. I mean, I'm not going to give you more damage. It's just painful.
Niles?
I'm going to run over and...
Let's see what Niles can do for him first.
I'm not crawling in that pit, he says.
Yeah, I'll fucking get out of the hole.
Okay. I'm assuming somebody gives you a hand. Shortly, you're up and out.
I was over at the side.
Don't forget the dwarf.
Dwarf, you wait here. We'll be back.
Yeah. I just kind of wave the dwarf over to help him up.
Dwarf, you gonna leave that gem on this gas finger down here?
Hell no.
No,
Why do you think I jumped down?
It's a sizable stone on this golden ring.
All right.
Crap. I didn't grab that.
Well,
I saw him first.
Yeah, exactly. that was your battle, so I'll give it to you.
You cut his finger off and take that ring?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It doesn't come off the finger, but once the finger comes off the hand, the ring comes off fairly easily. You drop the black-blooded digit into the mud and argue with them to give you a hand, and after ribbing you for a moment, they finally do reach down and pull you up the side of the pit. Right. You come up spluttering muddy on the other side of it.
I'm going to use another... God, you took quite a bit of damage from that bite.
We'll see what Niles can do.
Yeah, let's see what Niles can do first before you expend all yours.
Niles comes over, lays his hands on you, prays.
What?
There's a subtle glow. Some of the swelling goes down. Cleans up the wound enough for you to make out individual, teeth marks in it, but it's better, mildly better.
My ass.
I'm sorry, I don't know. The Lord does what he wants. It's not me. Since you have the same God, you understand that that's pretty true.
I'm going to use a couple of mine as well. Just let's try not to get any infections out here. A 2d6 this time? Yeah, I'm going to use 2 of them this time.
Good.
Hopefully a little bit better.
It averages out.
Okay, this is another 7 points of healing.
That's a little better, Dask. You feel better, discernibly better at this point. It's almost good as new.
I use my lay on hands as well.
Okay.
Are you missing
Still
that many
over.
hit points?
I'm still over 10 under my maximum. Out to 27? No, 28 out of 34.
Yeah, 34 hit. What?
He's a paladin, 3rd level.
Paladin.
Well, you press your hand to the wound, and there's a glow. So go ahead and roll for the.
It's not a roll, it's a healing pool.
Isn't
Oh,
Paladin
well,
D10
use your pool.
hit die?
Probably.
Yeah.
So you rolled max?
I
No, but
have 18 con.
Ah, okay.
That helps.
I was just, that didn't quite sound right. I was like, how do you? Yeah, okay. Okay.
So that's like 12
Yep.
hit points off of my 3 levels.
Yeah. No. You're good. I was confused. Because I had a similar problem with mine, being oddly towards max. So.
All right.
Yeah, my max would be 32 or 42.
So the rain is still pattering down all around. Gray clouds swirling overhead, boiling above you. Did you guys kind of clean up a bit after the fight? Do you work your way up to the top of that hill?
Yeah, I'm gonna move over to this direction here.
Are we looting these skeletons, or are we leaving them?
We may as well loot them to give us enough hell.
Right.
Okay. Each one has 6 gold pieces.
Each one.
Each one. There's 7 of them, I believe.
Okay.
And
42.
6 times 7, that's going to be 42.
and then each one has 5 silver. And each one has 15 copper.
Sorry, there was 6 of them, right?
7.
7.
7. Okay, so 35 silver.
And what was the last one? How many copper?
It's 15 times 7.
Jesus.
Yeah.
105.
Yeah.
70 plus 35, 105. Yeah.
All right.
Again, these are old coins. Some of them are distinctly of foreign mints. No coin you've seen recently in any area. Antiques, I guess you could call them. Niles carefully works his way around the pit and complains about slogging his way up the other side of the hill, but you all find yourself standing there in the drizzling rain. Ahead of you is a great path through these thorns still. It's now climbing fairly steeply. So from like where you're at to say here is pretty good incline, and it continues to incline ahead of you.
Okay.
You guys head up that way?
Yep.
Whoops. Let's move you back a square or so. Say to about just almost to the top of this hill. As a group of you are coming up here, make perception checks for me. Okay, Dask and Oliver. You both glance off. There's a little offshoot channel in the passage that you're going along over in this direction. That offshoot passage rises quite steeply past this bank of rocks and then continues to rise quite steeply up toward what must be the top of the hill. From here you can see it, but it's a heck of a kind of steep climb on very wet, muddy ground. However, standing between you and the top of that hill are...
I will be right back, I promise.
A bunch of mounted skeletons. There are skeletal horses standing there, just standing still in the rain. There are skeletons on the backs of them, though I don't have them displayed there. I guess I should.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Did I put that on the right layer? Yes, okay. Just making sure.
So looks like another big fight. However, it is 10:30.
Yeah, exactly. So what I wanted to do primarily was just point this situation out to you before we get to a. This is a good break point, and we can pick up at a more exciting point when we come back next week. But you can clearly see standing stones up there at the top of the hill behind them, and they're standing there in the rain, drizzling off, dripping off the horses' manes, and their skeletal heads are just looking down this steep slope. It looks like those horses could pretty easily make that dash. So
You know what? I'd like to use divine sense again to sense celestials, fiends, or undead, but also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the hollow spell.
very good. That's very interesting. Well, you do. The range on your spell was what? 300 feet? Is that
60.
right? 60 feet.
300
I thought it was
feet.
300.
That'd be amazing.
So about to there, huh? Well, you
Right.
obviously detect the presence of these undead here, and out at the extremity of your ability to sense, up here toward the top of the hill, there is an ooky sort of feeling there. You can't gather what it is exactly, but you distinctly notice it. So I think this is where we'll break for tonight. This gives us a week to think about how you'd like to approach this, because these horses can take a serious rush down this incline. And that's something you need to consider. Also, fighting mounted opponents is somewhat more dangerous in terms of the damage they can deal, especially at the end of a charge. So, okay, guys, thank you. For anybody watching or that sees this in the future, we are playing through Night of the Sun. It's a 5e module, but it could work well for any OSR system, anything you wanted to put it into. It's by Mad Hermit Games, and you can find it on Drive-Thru RPG. It's called Night of the Sun, Knight, and Sun is Sun. And yeah, otherwise, also check out our Patreon. We have the free issue of our first newsletter is up there right now, and we would love everybody to check that out. It'll be up there forever. It's always that first issue is always free. Go download it. It's a PDF. It's a beefy one. It also contains the first chapter of a serial adventure that we put in that newsletter. So I hope everyone take a look at it. It's got some kind of fun articles in that newsletter, just TTRPG related, mostly fantasy. So check it out, and thank you for watching. Guys, thank you for the game, and I will see you next week.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Catch you soon.
Bye.